Welcome everyone! Farmer Cop here for episode, oh my goodness, 21 of the Kinlaig Scottish Farmer Series. Look at these guys. I don't know why their straw bedding occasionally disappears, but they do have plenty of straw. So you can see down the bottom right hand corner, they have 37,000 liters, so they should have plenty. But yes, so the problem, not really a problem, actually it's a good thing. But these guys are going to give birth tomorrow. I can't believe they're worth $3,500 actually. I want to see how much they go up in value tomorrow, because I want to say we're getting close to where we should sell them. I really should do a test video to see the best kind of time to sell the cows and stuff like that. I should really do a test video, shouldn't I, at some point and post it on the channel. I'm going to write that down on my list. Test video for animals. Just to kind of see, how much food they eat and, kind of where that's a diminishing value of, when you should sell them. But anyhow, they are about to give birth, which is awesome. So we're going to move the 9-month-olds out to our little pens that we built last episode. So we're going to use the herdsman stick right here. So yes, theoretically, here we are. Okay. Which if you don't know what this is, basically a way to move your animals. Oh, no, I want these guys here. There we go. Move to trailer. Yes. Okay. So then 23. Oh, they have room for 69 in here? Well, I didn't realize that. I thought it was 46. That's okay. We're still going to move them. Darn it. We put them out here. I want to use these things. Oh, that's embarrassing. Anyhow. Okay, let's put 5 of those there. Okay. Boy, they look a little packed in there. What do we have? We could do 4 each, couldn't we? Well, we'd have 4, 8, 16, 17, 19. That'd only do 20, actually. So, yeah, someone will need 5 anyways. But, okay, we'll keep doing what we're doing then. But the last... Oh, that was the wrong one. The last 2 can have 4 each instead of 3 and 5. Can I get more? Wait. Now they have 5 already. That's reading the wrong one. Oh, perfect. There we go. There we go. So that was a little tricky to get that one. I guess I should have been aware of probably that being a problem. It'll just be those 2, though. At least the rest of them will be pretty easy. Over here, we'll only put 4. Okay. And then these 4. Boom. Okay. We got none in the herdsman stick. Boy, they're loud out there. Okay. Oops. I do need to get them water. Yeah, they are going to need water out here. So we are going to need a trailer for water. And I think I know what I want to buy. I'm going to put... Oh, gracious. Herdsman stick is not the easiest thing to use. We'll put it in the garage, because I think I'll lose it if it's out here. I honestly haven't used our 4-wheeler hardly ever, really, since we're done doing those little, like, forestry contracts, stuff like that. It's not worth anything. Oh, nope, open that back up. It's not really worth anything, so I'm not going to sell it. I love Farm Cup 1. But anyhow, okay, so... Being on sale, we have one of those already. It'd be nice to get that one's cheaper. I wonder how much ours is worth. I have done that before where... I know it's not dirty, I guess, but... vehicles. Where is our... where is it? That guy. We're 10,000? We're not that desperate for money. We're just going to hold on to that. Because obviously it doesn't have very many working hours on it, so we could sell it for even more than that back at the store. And how much is that actually on sale? How much percentage off is that? 45%? It's not terrible, not crazy. If it was like 80% off maybe, but yeah, I'm not worried about it. That's only 90 horsepower, so I don't really want that. That's a great water tanker, but nothing we can really use. This does up to 65,000 liters. That's 48,000 right there. That's a good trailer. That's definitely not realistic for what it should actually hold, probably. I am tempted to buy it, though, just to save me the time. That's how much off is that? It's 40% off, which is pretty good, actually. A horse line trailer. I don't know. Now I'm on like a shopping spree here, but let's go down and get what we need for our animals, which I think we're gonna get this guy right here. 6,000 liters, 7 grand. It's not bad. Yeah, I'm good with that. Spare wheel, that's fine. I kind of want it to be like more like looks like it's a water trailer. What if we made those all black? That at least should be black right there. Actually, kind of good with that. The lower base color, kind of maybe make it look a little bit more like wood or something like that. I'm not actually a big fan of that. I like that. That's a pretty clean looking trailer. Yeah, it's $200 more. Timber-type 500. Yeah, we don't need... Timber-type 2 is totally fine. We don't need anything special about it. Yeah, let's buy that. Yeah. Standard wheel. Was there cheaper ones? No. I hate when it's like, okay, yeah, you have to buy these $100 wheels. You should just include that in the price then. But anyhow, it doesn't matter. Because that one's 8,000 liters, obviously a lot more. This one's the cheapest option. But it's only 2,000 liters, so for an extra, you know, 1,200, I guess $1,500 after our little changes on it, bumping it up from 2,000 to 6,000 liters, I think is worthwhile. But yeah, so let's look at trailers. I know we should look at trailers. The other thing we need to maybe make is, or maybe buy at some point, is a wrapper. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be one of these guys for the square bales. That one actually is the better one because it does up to the 220, which is what we would need. So we'd have to get that. There's not really any good modded ones out there. I looked and tried to see if there's any cheaper ones. Obviously, this one will do. Not only goes up to only 180. So actually, yeah, it has to be this one. That's the only one that would do it. $62,000 a lot for where we're at. And then to make that back on silage, we have a lot of grass bales in storage, which eventually I'll pull them out and we'll wrap them all. That's kind of my plan. How many do we have in storage right now? Grass 59, so 6,500 liters. So if I do the math on this, 6,500 liters times 59, that is 383,500 liters of silage. So if we take 383.5 times what is the best price for silage throughout the year, let's see, where's silage at? There it is. The best price is 123. So if I multiply that times 123, that's 47,000 right there. So that's almost enough if we wrap it to pay it off. So we should actually maybe look into doing that. Wouldn't be a bad idea. That may be a next year kind of thing. But the other thing too we got to look into at some point is we need to buy maybe a manure spreader. Not maybe, but we do. And I would love to have cheaper. Well, the fishes are in there. I didn't see the fishes at first. I had to go swimming with the fishies. But anyhow, we have 169,000 liters of manure. It's not critical, obviously, because we have plenty of room in this thing. Which, how much do these hold? It's under... That's the one. Do we not have that one? We used this one, didn't we? How come that's 735,000, but the smaller one does 4 million? Why? That doesn't make any sense. That actually really irritates me. It's a little cheaper, yes. And yes, I like that we used it still because it matches kind of the aesthetic a little bit better, but why is that the way that it is? Same for these guys in here. Where are we at? Where's the manure heap? Helios. That's a small bunker silo. Yeah, 735 for that, and I'm assuming the other one is, yeah, 4 million, which is crazy. Oh, okay. All right, well, we're not gonna dwell on it. Yeah, it's wintertime. I wanted to move the cows. That was kind of the main thing I wanted to get done. This is growing. Everything is good. This year, I don't know what we're gonna grow yet. No contracts right now because it's wintertime. I'm waiting for these guys to obviously start using up more of their products so I can start refilling them. And then as I start refilling them, we'll kind of see where they're at. I'm still buying fish food as needed because obviously just these two factories. I mean, we're not growing enough to justify another factory, so it's not that we should build another factory to keep up with how much fish food we're using. Obviously, these, unfortunately, the new one's obviously going to take enough to get there. And actually, these I should take off of distributing probably. Yeah, they have enough trout for a while. Let's change that to storing. There we go. So that way they can do that. But yeah, so I mean, we'll see kind of where we're at in terms of what crops we should grow for next year. I'd like to get another field, obviously, but I think we have enough money, obviously, for like that one if we wanted to do that. But I think we're going to wait and see like one of these four. I know this one's a little bit pricey. Excuse me, a little bit pricey. That one is too. That one's actually quite pricey too. But yeah, I think we'll wait to see if one of these fields has something already planted in it so we can save a little bit of time on that when we get closer to harvest and kind of go from there. I still got a lot of things I want to do in this series. There's still a few of you guys seem to be enjoying it. Some of you guys. Oh yeah, now we got to go through all these guys here. So yeah, we'll get. They take straw. Interesting. I'm not going to worry about. Oh, they have their own capacity for manure as well. Wow. Well, I might try to put some straw in then. I'm assuming the straw trigger is going to be the same here as the feed trigger. So yeah, I guess can we put some straw on these guys? Let's try to do that real quick. I'll do that real quick while you guys are here, and then we'll I'll put a break in. I'll keep this bale in here. I could put some more straw in here, but I'm going to hold on to it. We'll go see if we can put straw in there. And then I'll put a break in. I'll go get some stuff done. I'll probably bring you guys back in spring when it's time to hopefully start planting and doing our stuff. So, yeah. Actually be easiest, I think, just to drive and try to get this one here since we're angled right for it. Oh, not quite. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no spare capacity for straw. Oh, 1,800. Oh, it already pulled it out of the... Did that... Where did it get that straw? We have 4230 in here? Do we actually still have that? No, that bale has 630 in it. Okay. Okay, that's kind of funny. I was like, what's going on? But that, okay, so I just have to drive up to him. So I guess that's kind of nice. I can just put the straw in that way. Be a little bit easier than having to drag this thing around. There we go, that's the end of that bale. But yeah, I'll leave it right here because I'll have to put some more straw on the other one. But anyhow, I'm going to get some work done and I'll bring you guys back in here in a little bit. Alright, well, it's not obviously spring planting yet. Cows are doing good, kind of. As soon as we went into the next month, these guys dropped from $3,500 to $3,458, so I guess we probably need to sell them. These went up in value, actually. Those went up in value, like, not overnight, but, like... Well, actually, wait a second. No. Yeah, these ones just were born. They've already gone up in value, which is weird. Maybe that's because their health is increasing. That's actually probably what it is. So, yeah. You guys are all doing good, though, over there. But, yeah, and actually, the manure is already starting... Some of the, I guess that's going to take a while for that to fill up, but anyhow, and if that fills up, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, so I think we're going to sell those off. The other thing I noticed, which this is, some of you guys are going to say that I did this. I did not. This is on sale, so we're going to buy this because 57% off is excellent. Has 29 hours on it, 8 to 12 meters, 9 miles an hour. We have the horsepower to pull it right now. What is that? Change the... That does. That bumps it up to 12 meters. An extra $5,000. Yeah, I think we do that. So let's buy that. 18,474. Not a bad deal, especially if you look. Let me go back here. If you look at the manure spreaders in the store, which I looked through them after that one popped up. Yeah, that's actually the cheapest one. And those two are the only ones we're really interested in. That one holds 9,000 liters, which isn't a lot, but it's not too bad. That one holds only 4,900 liters, given that one is more designed for orchard work. So that's why that one's the way it is. But then 67,000, we jump up pretty far on that, and that doesn't hold that much more. It doesn't even hold double that. So yeah, I could have, I guess, looked for some... There's probably some cheaper manure spreaders in the mod hub. I'm sure there probably is, actually. I could have done that, but, you know, it was on sale. That one worked out, so there's probably actually better options on the mod hub anyways. But yeah. And then also, I want to get us something. I did install some more animal trailers so we have a little bit more options for something, because I think we should buy something for our cows. That holds 5 cows. Do those? This one holds 18, but 5 cows. Do these hook up to one another? That looks like it does. So we could get 3 of those, which wouldn't be ideal, but that'd be pretty cheap actually. That holds 6. That holds 10. No, 18's pretty good for that. Those two are both pretty good in terms of that. Yeah, 18 cows is pretty good. For 22,000, that'd be 1 trailer. Or we could put 3 of these guys together. I just want to be able to do the trip in 2 trips. I guess we could do 2 of these to start, but I think a trail of 3 of these would be pretty epic. Just some cheap ones. I mean, they're not that expensive. So you know what? We're just gonna do it. Let's get over to the store to pick those up. let's use this guy. Let's have you go over there. And yes, obviously we have some snow, but yeah, let's go pick that up. We'll try to get over here, and then I want to sell the cows off. And then we'll see. We may not make it to spring planting this episode, but we're doing good. We're doing good. Things are happening. Oh, train's coming. I feel like I see that train fairly often for the fact that it only comes through every 10 minutes. I guess if you play on a map for hours and hours and hours, that makes sense. But yeah, so anyhow, yeah, we'll head up to the store. This is the quickest. No, it's not. Well, we should have gone that way. We'll go this way. I always want to drive up that road. I forget you have to dive down this way. And this road's the better way to go about it. I mean, that one off to the left does eventually hook up to the road, so it works out fine. Oh, we're also low on fuel on this. I probably should... The worker, every time I hire a worker on this, it unfolds the front window there. I probably should close that. It's wintertime. It's probably quite cold with all the snow out and about. But yeah, so this is our first sale of cows. A lot of stuff around the cows today. Ooh, does it there. Easy does it. But yeah, next episode, spring planting time. We may throw some manure down. That'll save us some money on solid fertilizer, especially since we have some, and we have a manure spreader now. So that's gonna be good. We can actually use that. We could obviously also put it into a BGA at some point if we wanted to do that. So, but yeah, I think for now we're just gonna use it for. I don't do a lot of manure spreading. Honestly, I have not done a lot of manure spraying really at all. In Farming Simulator 25, that'll be good to do something a little different. Ooh, a little slick there, a little slick. It's gonna be kind of a pain to hook these trailers up in the snow. Alright. So the best way to do this sort of stuff here, by the way, is to just keep backing them into each other. So what I mean by that is we're going to back this one up. If they don't connect, it's okay. You know, we'll make do with one of them, and we'll sell the other two. They're only 1,800 bucks a piece, so it wasn't the end of the world. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then I select up there, I disconnect that. Actually, I might push these guys back a little further. Actually, what we'll do is we'll loop them around. Okay, we'll do that. We'll put them right here. Alright, and then you just take the next trailer and then you back that one into the other two. That's how you connect them if you wanted to make like a big train. Because obviously backing those two to try to hook up to this one, that's a terrible way to go about it. It'll take you forever. But this actually works pretty effectively. It's still difficult because especially with the swivel axle, like they don't like to back up in the direction that you want them to. See, I'm already all sorts of askew here. Alright, we're pretty close. We're gonna get there. Might take me another 6 hours, but we're gonna get there. Ooh, that looks like a good lineup right there. Come on, give me the trigger. Oh, I'm pretty far away, actually. There we go. Okay. This is fantastic. Let's go pick up our Highland cow guys over here. This is actually pretty sweet. This is working better than I thought it would, to be honest. Usually my plans do not go to plan, but this plan is actually going pretty good. Yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah, we're gonna pull in front of that car. Actually, we stayed mostly out of his way, even with 3 trailers. This tractor's got a lot of horsepower, so it's not really a big deal for it to pull 3 trailers like this. We didn't lose very much speed up that hill, which is nice. We do need to get fuel, though, probably, before we do anything too crazy. And then we'll just pull these through, get them all loaded up. Now, yeah, I know some of you are going to comment this, and I know you're going to comment. Yes, I know we have the herdsman stick. I know we have that. I know we could have easily used that, but it's a little cheaty. The herdsman stick makes sense on the farm in terms of, in real life, you could just lead your cows around. You wouldn't have to load them in a trailer, then drive 40 feet and then unload them. You wouldn't have to do that. Probably, depending on the cow, maybe, but you wouldn't have to do that. So, I'm okay using that around the farm. I didn't want to use it to sell off stuff and buy stuff and things like that because, well, that's just, yeah, that wouldn't be how you'd sell them. You have to bring them to the butcher or the animal dealer, wherever you're taking them. You'd have to bring them in a trailer. So this is going to work out pretty well for us. Those things all just get skipped across there. All right, let's get fuel. One thing I don't like about this tractor is, one, it doesn't have pretty big fuel tanks. You see we're already full. And the second thing is it doesn't stop on a dime. It kind of has some issues with that once you're up at speed, especially if you're hauling a load. Actually, it seems to be doing pretty good, especially for the snow right now, but anyhow. Okay, scroll through this one. We need these guys, so we're going to sell them off. I'm still glad we brought them through to the next day because we wanted to get the extra, 23 cows. So yes, we could have sold them at $3,500 yesterday, but then we wouldn't have gotten the 23 babies today. So it still worked out okay. Why did it put them in that trailer? What's going on here? What's going on? Okay, I wish I could tell which one this was. The second one's obviously the one I would like to load now. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now we'll come back for the rest of you guys in a bit. It'd be 2 more trailers to get them all in one load, which I think would be a bit excessive. This is a little excessive probably already, but yeah. All right, animal dealer's just right down there. So yeah, we'll go straight, then we'll take a we'll go straight, and then we'll take the right up here. But yep, here we go. Little convoy of cows here moving. They are packed in there like sardines, that's for sure. Poor little cows. All right, we don't have too far to go. I don't know what they're gonna do with you. I don't know if they're gonna beef you or what they're gonna do. No idea, but we're doing good for now. We're losing speed now a little bit. Come on, you're a good workhorse. Come on, you can get up there. I think this thing has more horsepower than the Deutz-Fahr. Does it? I can't remember now. I cannot remember. That's I am curious though. Vehicles. I gotta pay attention where I'm driving, or we're gonna run into some real problems. Okay. The Deutz-Fahr should be towards the top. Deutz-Fahr has 230. I think the Deutz-Fahr probably has more. We'll see in a second. All right, get to it going in the right direction here. And then the Fiat. 250. Oh, it does have more. Okay. Just 20 horsepower more, though. Nothing too crazy. This would be quite the sight to see this going down the road. Probably pretty much no matter where you live, I think this would be quite the sight. This would be the talk of the town right here. My little convoy of old junky wooden trailers to haul my cows off. Oh, yeah, it would be something for sure. All right, and this is where the animal dealer is, right? I can't see on that. I think it is over here, though. Let's make sure. No, it's over there. Gosh darn it. All right, we'll loop. And then I should have just took this road. Literally goes right to it. All right, well, we're taking the cows out for their last little drive. Oh, man. Oh, what a silly goose I am. Okay. We're coming, Katie. I mean, I haven't been to the animal dealer in forever. Have we ever actually even been? Because we just paid to have these guys transported, right? Which, by the way, the transport fee for these, I think, would have been about the cost of all 3 of these trailers to have these all delivered. So this trailer's already pretty much paid itself off after we sell all the cows we have currently, which is great. This isn't too big of a deal to haul these guys down here. It's not too far as long as you take the right route. We'd have already dropped them off and been halfway back to the farm by now if I had taken the correct route. But what can you do? Alright, so we're going to go straight and then take the right up there into this little complex here. Make sure there's no train coming that I see. Okay. The little fun ride across the tracks there and everything. Easy does it. Easy does it. Okay. There's the animal dealer spot right here. Ooh. Sorry, Katie, I hit your fences. At least one of them. Alright. Let's get these guys out of here. 17,291. That's going to be times Well, I mean, what do we have? 3458. I guess I can tell you the total right now, can't I? Be silly not to. 3458 times 23 cows. $79,000, guys. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Should we buy any more cows while we're here? How much are the fresh ones? They're 300 bucks a piece. Do we want to start getting those guys going? We could buy 23 more of those if we really wanted to. We have the space. Now, we'll keep our cows reproducing. I think we'll just keep doing what we're doing now. I don't think we'll worry too much about that. I'm tempted to get like something that's going to produce milk as well, but you know, I don't know. These kind of seem, I don't know. I don't know what you'd find up here. Probably wouldn't find Angus. But you could get some dairy cows, you know? Little dairy guys there, but I don't think we have any dairy pens actually, to be honest. So that wouldn't actually be a good idea. But well, this one also has cows. Perfect. That worked out really well. Sell those. Okay, let's back up then. Very strange which one it decides to select. Okay. Okay, yeah, I figured not, but like... Okay. Maybe I loop? I don't know, Katie. What's going on here? That's the only downside to having this many trailers is selecting through them like that. I mean, as you're seeing, you're witnessing firsthand the issue that this is causing. Why is that not the one? Okay, that's... Disconnect those two trailers. I'll pull forward. You gotta be kidding me. Come on now. Let's reload this. I don't... Sometimes you reload the vehicle. Just like that. Yeah, so it just... Once you get the XML gets weird. I know you can't do that on console, but... On PC, that's a good solution to some problems there. There we go. Okay, we're all hooked back up. Yeah, actually, I'll sell the other ones off camera. I mean, that's... I kind of think we end the episode there. I mean, I don't... We're 25 minutes or so. Actually, we're longer than that. We're almost 30 minutes into this bad boy. Sorry for only just... I feel like we didn't accomplish much, but next episode we'll get into spring planting and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna do some manure spreading to start off at least. Yeah, things are good. I've made us moved us forward into May, so things are planted and things like that. So what do we got going on? Let's show you that. What I decided to do. We have oats, or excuse me, sunflower growing here, because we have plenty of sunflower, kind of ish, and then oats growing here. We need mostly soy, so I did 2 fields of soy. I harvested hay off of this field, so that's done, and fertilized that. That was last month, I believe. Cows are doing good. We're waiting for them to start hopefully reproducing soon, so we're still a ways before we sell any more of those, but we made good money off them. There's no contracts that I really want to do. Fish lakes are doing good. These guys are stopped. They don't have enough materials to finish. They need soy is the main thing. And I stopped buying fish food because we're low on cash. I mean, we have 30,000 in the bank, but we have 5,000 a day in upkeep stuff. So hopefully in this episode we sell off all of our fish, which will happen in July. So we're 2 months away from that. So that'll be a good day for us. We got a lot of fish. What I've been doing, and I don't think I've told you guys this. There, I went into build mode. What I've been doing over at the docks, I placed down... It's a mess right now because it kind of all fell apart. But I placed down a couple of like pallet holders. They wouldn't work, or just... Is it just one of them that I have here? It's just one. I think it's just one that I have. But I placed down a pallet. I thought about doing another one. That's right. I placed down one hoping it would store the pallets over here. It would not store the pallets over here. I don't know if it's because it's not on my land or what the deal is, but it still allowed me to have a spot to kind of put the pallets or unload them. But we have a lot of stuff to sell. This is just the baby fish. I haven't picked any of the adult trout up because we'll send them to like a market that's going to pay us a little bit more. But yeah, so they're... I've been trying to haul them over here so we can just kind of load them and then loop, load, loop, load, loop once we get time to sell them. But anyhow, let's load some manure up. 194,000 liters. This is the perfect time to use the manure because we need to save some money on fertilizer, which is great. And what do we need to fertilize? It should just be... Yeah, these 3 fields. This one's got double on it, so... that one, yeah, this one needs to get it done. So let's just drive over here. There's no train coming. Okay. Get this guy unfolded. Now, you can do double application rate. Obviously, we don't want to do a double application rate because, well, we don't need that right now. Let's get on this line to start. There we go. Oh, no, come on now. Oh, and actually, my volume is probably really low for you guys. I apologize. Let me go to the settings. Yeah. Wow, I can even hear it now, too. Look at that. Crazy how that works. Okay, and it should be putting down a layer of fertilizer. Yes, excellent. This is going to take a lot of manure. We have a lot of manure, but obviously this thing goes down quite fast, so this is going to be quite the process. Yeah, this is going to take a while to get all these fields done, but, you know, we have it. We need to use it. And this is saving us money. We don't have to buy chemical fertilizers. So this is all good stuff. I'm excited about it. Yeah, it'll take a lot of trips. I mean, it's doing pretty decent. Yeah, it's going down at a pretty fair lick, but it's actually not really as fast as I thought it might be. There we go. Missing areas there? Nope, that was pretty good. Might have to clean up that a little bit, but doing pretty good. So right about there's halfway done, but we have a lot of manure too. We had what, another probably 185,000-ish liters in there. So we'll have plenty of manure to get everything done, and then have some left over, and our cows are still making manure. I actually probably should try to grab the manure that's in the small pens. After we're done here, we'll go see how to unload those, or see if we can't get that from there. Is there a train coming? I can't remember which direction it goes from. I'm going to go all the way off, turn that off, loop. Here we go. Did I get it all? Yep, perfect. Okay. Just to get us kind of right over by where those pens are, because those pens have some manure in them. Right? Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot, but we should grab it just to empty those out. I moved all the cows out of them because it just made sense to have the cows in here, as I forgot that this has 69 spots. So that's why I originally got 23. I thought 23 was half of what it had, but I originally got 23, so that would be able to do 2 rounds of kids in there. So I completely kind of biffed that one. We didn't really have to buy those cow pens, but we got them now. So, you know, we will use them eventually. So here we go. We're empty. Okay. Drive over there, see if we can't use those. No train. Don't know where the manure point is. Yeah, I don't know on this one. We got the front. Backside, maybe. Maybe you can never get manure out of these? Yeah, I don't know on that one. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry too much about it. At least I don't have to scoop it up and put it in here. You can see we actually have a lot of adult trout out there. We've been doing pretty good producing those. It was a good investment to get in the second lake, too, I think. Or pond or whatever. Yeah, 885,000. What is this thing full? 9,000. Okay. Yeah, so we're doing good. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Take a lot of it. No train still, huh? Crazy. Okay. Let's go back up to where we were at. Keep rocking and rolling. Yeah, we'll loop around there. Yeah, that was 1 tank of 9,000, so it will take a while. It will take a while, and I think I'm pretty much just going to have to do it. Miss anything? Nope, got it all perfect. There's the train. So loop us all the way around to there. Might see about not having to do 2 headlands. Lower that. Yeah, okay. Oh, we can just go up and down now. okay? That's just a byproduct, so it's all free basically. Yeah, we gotta get the equipment to move it around, but or to spread it, I guess I should say. I mean, we are, yes, technically moving it around as well, but yeah, you get the idea. Wish it was a little bit more obvious where we had already hit, but that's okay. We're getting her done. This will be the biggest field, and then yeah, those two shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, it'll be quite a few trips. I'll keep working on this. I don't know when I bring you guys back in, but yep, just want to bring in for the first time we ever spread a manure on here, actually, which I really don't do a lot of manure spreading. And you can see up there upper left-hand corner, if you need to, you can do the double application rate, but in the future, we'll just allow our seeders to put down one layer of fertilizer, and then we'll do the other with this, so that'll be what we'll do, but at least till we run out. But anyhow, that's what I got for now. I'll see you guys here in just a little bit. All right, it is time to sell some things here. It's actually July, early morning. It is time to sell the adult trout. Not quite time for the young trout yet, but if we take a look here, July, we're perfect for trout, and that one just ticked down one notch, and that's where we want to sell it at the Big Farmers Kiosk. So we're going to tag that place. Now, one problem I've kind of realized with our farm that we have, which is kind of a big issue, but again, I also don't know how to fix this issue, so I really don't know what to do about it other than to keep moving on. What's really hemorrhaging the most cash for us is the fact that, there's no one right there, perfect. All of our buildings that we own, which I think is most of these old farm buildings here, are almost $6,000 a month in maintenance, which is a crazy amount over the course of a year, especially for this specific type. I did end up buying a little bit more fish food because we made enough money off a contract, especially since we're getting ready to sell them all. Those guys don't have enough for anything else. Okay, so this is all of it. We got to start driving then. But yeah, so that's kind of one thing that's kind of crazy to me, is how much we spend to upkeep this. And it's always been around $5,000, and it's just kind of slowly going up since then, since we bought this. I know it's not all of our new buildings. Those ones aren't actually costing us really a whole lot at all. I feel like this thing doesn't have enough on it where it shouldn't be upset that it shouldn't be that, you know, topsy-turvy, I feel like. There's not a lot loaded on here, but anyhow, so we're going to head over there. So I think, yeah, we'll probably want to actually cut down this way here. Maybe a little quicker. Head down to the main road. And then, yeah, I think head over, and then I think we take a left at that road. I'll show you, not this, I mean, this road we're taking a left as well, but once we get to the next intersection, I think we take a left and a right. I think that'll be quicker than going down and up and around. So we'll do that. But we should get a little bit of a bonus as well. We have 26,000 liters of trout, which the price is, what is it? Yeah, $24.57. So at a minimum, we're going to be making, I mean, 2.5 times 26,000. What's that going to end up being? You know, $60,000. So, well, what's crazy is that this alone is just paying for our maintenance on the property for the year. This one trip, which is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Here's where I wanted to take a left that I was talking about, because we're going to take a left here and then take a right at the next intersection. And then that should kind of dip us over into town a little bit easier, I think, than going down and up. But yeah. And then I'll put in our break in and I'll bring you guys back in. Oh, that's right. I forgot we're in the UK. See that as I still... Oh, save it. There we go. Saved it. That was crazy saving it. The truck definitely would have been done in real life, but thankfully we're in a video game, so we're good. But yeah, I'll put a little break in here, bring you guys back in to sell everything else. Yeah. We're going to make some good money this episode, that's for sure. There we go. Get around here. I'll keep track of how much we actually sell in fish, because this is probably be our biggest sales ever in the series. Not maybe ever in the series, period, but so far, I should say, is a better way to put it. Okay. Just up around this corner, if we can get there without flipping. Look at that. Got untagged. 76,665. I will take that. 76,665. Quite pleased with that. Quite pleased. Okay, I'll get back. I'll probably buy some more, just because we're already out and about with the flatbed. I'll probably pick up some more fish food on my way back. Might as well spend some of that money stocking up. We'll keep making some more stuff before it's time to sell everything. But yeah, I'll see you guys here very shortly. later on. It'll be later on today in July, but I'll just get it all set up and ready to go for us. All right, so that actually didn't take very long. Both the prices for young trout and young salmon just dipped down a touch, just by like $1. So we're gonna haul these over to the fish market, sell these off, and then we have a ton of other pallets over there, just piles of them. So I'm excited about that. This obviously we will take the lower route here. Get out of their way. I'm assuming that yeah, this will be probably the best route to go is down this way. But yeah, so this one we'll sell them all off to the fish market. There's a lot more over there as well that are kind of being stored. We'll just load those up on the truck. Since I've been kind of hauling them over there, instead of us having to make like 10 trips, or more specifically me have to make 10 trips right now, I can just do them throughout the year. It just ends up being a lot faster, a lot easier. So yeah, pretty good stuff though. We should make a lot of money. A lot of money off of this. A lot. This should be way more than what we just made off of our other little sales. So this should be really good for us, I think. We can get them there without rolling the truck or flipping the truck too bad. I'm gonna be honest, I really like this truck. I am a little disappointed in how top heavy it is. It just is not maybe great for heavy loads. But it does the trick, you know? In general, it does what I need it to do, so I can't complain too much. It's been way easier to use this than to do it, you know, other ways, so can't really complain too much. We're gonna cut this a little bit here. Head through here. And into Kinlaig. 20 miles per hour. I'm gonna blow this red light in. I'm gonna drive 40, which is double the speed limit. That'd be a lesson to them. Not sure what the lesson is, other than to maybe not trust me in my driving, but I think they've already learned that lesson. We've been on here for a while, so... okay. Easy does it. I don't do a lot of in-cab driving in Farming Simulator. Probably do more of it. I play on my other channel and I do Euro Truck Simulator. So look at all this stuff out here. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Okay. So much fish to sell. Alright. Yeah, I use a wheel, and I do a lot of in-cab in my other series and stuff like that. That was $78,000 for one load. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to make some big money here. Big money. Okay. Right here. Try to load all this stuff up. Okay, there we go. Did grab that one that was right under us. There we go. I know I'm going the wrong way, I guess, technically, with these arrows, but it's okay. It's fine. We're the only one selling this much fish right here, right now. That was 75. I guess, yeah, it'll change a little bit here and there because of depending on how much is young salmon and how much is trout. The first load was 50-50. Nice. Let's grab some of these guys that are around the back here. Okay, there we go. This one's mostly salmon, so this is going to be a big sellout here. Got 88,000. That was a good one. This is a fabulous idea to put these right here. Pretty happy with that. I think we still have like 3 loads left, I think, if I would guess. And this one is mostly salmon as well. There's a lot of trout out there. We've gotten most of the salmon almost sold off. The last load's going to be almost entirely just trout. I did not angle that one right. Let's back up a little bit here. Alright, let's try to loop in here a little bit. Because each of these pallets has 2,000 liters a piece. It's crazy as well. Need to get some adult salmon going. That's what we need. Okay, there we go. $87,000. Crazy. Okay. Craziness. All right, let's grab these guys here. This one should be mostly trout, and the last one's going to be entirely trout. So some of the cheaper stuff, that's okay. There we go. Okay, yep, mostly trout. Oh, this is fabulous, ladies and gentlemen. We're already, oh my goodness, we're doing so good on cash. There we go, yep, only 67 for that one, makes sense. Mostly trout. This last one's going to be the lowest load, because it'll be a partial load of trout, but still, all very good money. Okay. Here we go. Last load of fish. Are we going to be over 500? I don't think so. I think it'll be close. Yeah, 44,000 is not going to put us over the 500 point. Yeah, 42. Yeah, very close. Very close. But there you go. How much was that total? Let's look at finances here. Where are 516? Over $500,000 in fish. That's the kind of money we need to be making right there. That's the kind of money. Oh, man. Okay, well, we did good stuff. We sold a lot of fish. That was a big deal for us. We did some manure spreading. That saved us some money on fertilizer, and we'll continue to do that. Next episode, I'm thinking, well, we got to figure out what we're going to do with all of our money. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do yet, but we got to figure it out. So we'll take a look at some things. It could just be more fields, but we'll figure that out. We made a lot of money last episode, like a crap ton of money, which was epic. Now, we have to also be aware that money's pretty much got to last us through the year. So we have to be careful. So I did consider a couple things. Now, one thing we could consider, we go to aquaculture. This guy right here, 125. It's not too much money, honestly. And if we customize it, which this part doesn't make any sense, it says plus 75,000 there, but it's still only going to charge us 125. I don't know if it's actually going to charge us that extra 75,000. We'll presume it is. So $200,000. That's not bad at all. We could get this rolling. You can toggle free mode and you get it pretty much on the coastline, actually. I didn't really realize that. That's pretty much right there. Now, the reason I think about doing it that way is because we got to take a look at a boat. So let's go to the boat dock. I can't remember how much they are. We have a forklift here that's included in the map we can use. The cargo vessel. Oh, it's only $275. Oh man, so that would be $475 if they charge us full price for this. Guys, we might do that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It probably won't happen this episode, but well, it's tempting. Now, these guys, they should be fully grown next month, and then been 10 months before they reproduce. Yeah, so we'll keep going, and then once they reproduce twice, we sell them. So we still have we have like 2 years until we're going to sell any more cows, probably. But that's okay. That once these 2 sets of cows get 2 more sets, obviously we're going to it's going to keep multiplying. So it's eventually going to be great. Oh, I've got these 2 extra contracts I need to complete real quick as well. Obviously, I've been taking on contracts as I choose to and can. Now, worst case scenario, if like we get in a spot where we don't have any money left, what's really nice is the deadwood ones are pretty regular. So I could just take like 6 or 7 deadwood ones to cover our expenses every day. It's not the worst idea, so that can actually work out pretty well if we need to. Now, if it only costs 125 to place it, that would be pretty screaming deal out there. Now, it kind of wants things loaded there, but we can load wherever we want. Now, given this, I mean, give me a second here. Let's go back to the farm. Don't look. I did buy something there. Don't look at it. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Yeah, we could drive out here and then go around these people's house. I'm not sure they'll be too happy about that, but yeah, that's pretty much a straight shot off to the ocean from where we're at. And then we could load out here. So we could do that, because I really don't want to drive everything or producing things. Well, I mean, honestly, what do we have to... We just have to grab stuff off of there. We could get the production started at least at some point, and then... Because we can distribute everything out there pretty much. Well, fish food's going to be the problem. We're not producing any fish food right now, so eventually fish food could be distributed, but it's going to be distributed between here and going out there. The other option we have is we could just buy another one of these, since we got this land operation pretty locked and try to get this maxed out. The other problem with that, though, I mean, yes, we have room for it. Once I get rid of those objects, it would sit, it actually sit really well over here. The only downside with that, I actually don't even have to get rid of those objects if I don't want to. I just set it right on top of them. Make it look like it's kind of just an expansion of that building. That actually looks pretty good right there. I'm pretty happy with that. But problem with that, because there is a problem with that. We also could build a bunch more of these. These aren't very expensive. But yeah, again, problem is we still don't have enough fish food. We're still going to be buying a crap ton of fish food. Our biggest problem is fish food. Fish food getting produced is our biggest issue. So yeah, obviously offshore aquaculture is where we're heading. I do want to do onions at some point. But the other thing we could potentially consider, there's nothing growing in here, which is going to be kind of unfortunate, but that's 307,000. We could consider just getting that field. We could also buy that one. We could buy 2 new fields. Well, that'd be all of our money, but we could buy another field and get more product happening, more product producing. So we'll kind of figure that out. But regardless, I did buy this guy, which was a whopping $63,000 after I got it loaded up with some green wrap here. However, once we wrap all of these bales that are here and all the bales in the shed, which is going to take me a hot minute to do, that will make enough money in silage, if we sell it at the right time of the year, to pay off more than... Don't get the heck out of here. Don't tell me that bale type was not supported. Why? Why is it not? How big is that bale? Don't tell me this. This is going to be a nightmare. How big are those bales? Hold on a second. I'm about to cry. Not really, but maybe. How big are those bales? So the train already coming back through? We're not... Didn't it come back through 5 minutes ago? I thought it was every 10 minutes, not every 5 minutes. I don't know. Everything's upside down. What bale size are we putting out? Are these... Oh, I'm about to lose it. I think I know the problem, and I'm going to be very sad in a minute. What bale size? 240. Oh, crap. You know what? I thought 220 was the biggest, because here's the problem. 220. None of them go up to 240. Oh, this is a nightmare. I might just get our money back for that. We haven't used it. I might just say we get our 63,000 back for that. Well, that was a nightmare. So now we know in the future. Now we got a bunch of grass bales that are honestly useless. So we're probably... I mean... Oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay, we could build a... We gotta pivot here. We could build a bunker silo. We got plenty of room. We got all this room over here and things like that. Let's see. What do we got for... That's a silo. What's a cheap bunker silo gonna run us? Manure heap, that's a small bunker. $22,000 for that. That's not too bad. So we could do that. But that's gonna be... Because we'll get that 63,000 back. So we'll have that. The problem is we then have to shred it back into regular bales, which is going to require feed mixer. However, we can just lease the feed mixer. All right, this is going to come together. This nightmare will end, because I don't want to throw the grass away. If I sell the grass, that's not going to make us very much money. 38.5. How much is a lease on this? Okay, 1,900 bucks. So we could probably do it all in under an hour or something like that. Get them all concocted down into grass, loose grass again. So maybe we do that. I think that's our best hope. And then we can do this in the future. What we can do, actually, how much are loading wagons going to cost us? Because then we can just pick it up in the future, but we need to know how much a loading wagon is going to cost. Only 30 grand. So so buying a loading wagon, that's step one. If we buy a loading wagon, we buy the bunker silo, that's 52,500. Plus we lease the forage mixer. That's in our 2,000. So we're still under the cost that we're going to get back. The 63,000 we're going to get back for the bale wrapper. So we'll regain all of our money. Basically, it's the same. It's going to be actually cheaper for us to do that. And then we'll have that loading wagon going forward. Now, I don't need to buy the loading wagon right now, but in the future I can buy it when we do some more grass stuff. So I think that's going to be the way to go. Pulling silage out of there, however, is going to be... Oh, that's another problem, isn't it? We can bucket it out, but that's going to take literally forever. So I think belts would be the way to go. But, all right, that's going to be a future problem. I think we can do silage. Now, where do I want this? So I actually think what we're going to do, we're going to sell this guy off because this is costing us maintenance costs every year. Oh, got rid of the... Where's the four-wheeler? Let's get tabbed over to that. costing us... Oh, that got rid of the house, too. Oh, my. Well, the house didn't have a sleep trigger anyways, so maybe that will help us a lot more. I'm going to see what that does to our... I'm going to see what that does to our costs at midnight tonight, and I'll let you guys know. Because right now we've been paying... I mean, you can look at it. It's ridiculous. $55.99, $56, $18 a month is ridiculous. So I'm hoping that that helped us. But that cleared up a lot more space than I thought that would clear up. So I'll put this right here. I'm sure I'm going to lose it again. Actually, we probably should put it over in the shed. Otherwise, I am going to lose it. Stick it right over there. I'll forget where it's at. Doesn't matter anyways. Okay. So, this tree, we can get rid of this tree too. I'm just going to delete it. Don't you worry about what I'm doing. Okay. So we have this space now. That actually opened up a lot of space. I didn't know I was going to get rid of all that. I thought it was just that shed there. So yeah, that's a lot more space. I kind of hate these being over here now and kind of want them over there. This could though, so we could move this stuff. And we could put this right there. I kind of like that idea. I also really hate that we use this silo. How much is this silo? We get 19,000 back. Can we get a better... This one only holds 75,000 liters. What's the next step up from there? That's 75 as well. This is 100,000. Not really a good style for what we got going on. That's 150,000. Can we change the color on that at all? No. That's 80,000 for 200,000 liters. I think we get this silo. I'm just tired of this setup here. And maybe we put the bunker silo there and we put the silo right here. That might be better. All right, so we'll have to put this down first. What do you mean overlapping with our object? There's nothing there. Put you right there. I think we do this. We're going to just kind of revamp the farm a little bit. We're only going to get 20,000 for that other silo, but we're going to move all the stuff out of it. And then we'll put a bunker silo over here. So that's what we're going to do. And then we can sell these two things off actually as well, which would be great, which we can actually... let's just sell these real quick with you guys in so we see what we get out of it. Where's the store? It's over here. The repair trigger's like right there. Yeah, that was almost perfect. Get that down so it'll actually drive a little bit more effectively. Alright, I don't know what we're going to get, but let's see. We'll repaint that. And we will sell it. Okay, 11 grand, that's pretty good. Let's go back over to here. Just, yeah, enter vehicle, and we'll run over here to our other... One of these, because these things have been a nightmare, especially with the style of trailer we've been using. It's been an absolute nightmare for me. Which I know it doesn't affect you guys as much. Is that going to be within this area? No, okay. Nope, I can't do that. I got to just... Nope. Alright, it's in visit there. Oh, now you're out here. Okay. Can I just lower that down pretty much into the area? I would imagine that would be pretty close to in there. We'll get the tires in there just to make sure, though. This is honestly nowhere... This has gone a completely different direction than I thought this episode would go. Oh, gosh. All right, repaint. Sell. Okay, that gives us $20,000. Let's get this back out of here. I'm just trying to do it quick while you guys are here. Normally I drive them back and forth, but... This doesn't matter right now. Okay, so what are we going to get for this? Now, I paid $63 for it, and I said since we haven't used it, we're going to talk to the store. And I think that it's fair for us to get our full price back. Okay, this guy right here. So we're going to sell that. $58,904. Okay, so what's 63... 63,000 minus 58,904. We got most of the money back already. 4,096 is all we're adding this extra to fully reimburse us there because we haven't even owned that for a month. All right, let's get this back over here. Okay. Let's move some stuff around. Well, actually, the trailers are down there, aren't they? So I gotta move everything out of the silo. I'll move that in a second. I'll get this stuff finished up. I'll bring you guys back in to put in the bunker silo, okay? Is kind of what I think we'll do. And I'll get a feed mixer up here as well. I should have picked it up while I was down there with this. Good if I was teleporting, but it's okay. I'll drive back down there and pick it up. But yeah, and then we'll use this area over here as kind of just parking for now, I guess. This can just get parked over here. But yeah, I'll rearrange the farm a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back in here in just a bit. All right, we are ready to prepare, or to not prepare, to repair the damage that I've done with this right here. Now, one thing I will say as well, I did forget to get the grain and stuff out of the flat bottom bin before I sold it. The good news was, I realized we didn't have anything in there anyway, so it didn't matter. But yeah, new silo all set up there. Let's get our bunker silo in. Wherever we decide to do that. Those ones are a little... Yeah, no, I like the one, too, that comes with set up here. But I honestly think that that's a pretty good spot for it right there. You know? I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I like that right there. I think that's a good spot. Nice and condensed still. We still have plenty of room on the farm. And I did go with the slightly bigger feed mixer because it does over double. And it was an extra, basically $900 versus leasing this one. So I thought that would be worth it to save me a little bit of time. Not a lot, but I'll basically show you the concept here. If you ever have bales that you need to not be bales anymore, you can go pick them up, theoretically. I think we're just doing this in the speediest manner, or the quickest manner possible. That's too much weight for you? You gotta be kidding me. I should have put the weight on the back. That's what I should have done. That's okay. We'll grab them one at a time. It's not gonna take too many to fill this up anyways. So if we get this up here... Oh boy, oh boy. I might have to go grab that weight anyways. When the last time I've used the weight is. Now it should... Oh, get out of here. I guess grass doesn't go in there, does it? Oh, this is a nightmare, everyone. Alright, we may have to do some cheating. In real life... in real life, you'd be able to... you'd be able to, one, you'd be able to chop these up, and two, you'd just be able to throw them in your bunker silo, so... I might just look at the volume we have, and then we'll just... What we will do, I will say, though, we will buy our loading wagon now. We'll do that. This has been a nightmare, everyone. That is so much more expensive for not much more. Yeah, we'll do this guy right here. We do want a silage additive tank, because that's going to add more volume later when we're doing things, but it won't matter for now. Holy nightmare. Okay, well, we can do this now. Let's go to our list of vehicles. We can return this, because it is absolutely useless in terms of the game for us. We still paid for the leasing costs, so I think I'm okay just kind of figuring out exactly how much grass we have, and then kind of cheating that around. But, yeah, this has just been a nightmare, everyone. Just an absolute nightmare. So, I will get that done, load up that bunker silo, and I'll bring you guys back in here in just a bit. Well, I've done quite a few contracts, and I've got this covered here. There's a lot that kind of bled out, and this is not all of the grass we had. I haven't gotten rid of the bales yet, but I will get rid of the bales. But we had a total of, oh gosh, we had 35 grass bales. Not 35 grass bales. We had 88 grass bales, which equates to just over 35 of these full. So I only was able to get 29 of them in here. Yeah, so anyhow, it's a lot of grass, but we're doing good. We're doing good. And I got some manure thrown down over here, which we're still doing good on that. Oh, is there any... No. Okay, I was just making sure. Trying to keep up on contracts. You guys are doing fine. How much manure do we have? 70,000 liters still, so we're doing good, even after fertilizing all of our fields, just about. So that's quite a bit. But yeah, I need to get all the grass bales cleared out of here. I'm just going to delete them. But yeah, there's 88 there. So we had over 500,000 liters of grass. I think almost 600,000 liters, in fact. But yeah. Now, what I might do to get rid of this... I also think we really need to invest in one of these at some point, because that'll really help compact things, or a leveler. What does that weigh? 1.4 tons? That weighs 2.7. That's probably better. But yeah, so maybe getting something like that to help us out. I did buy a pallet of this and put it right here, so we have that for when we start doing more work. But I think what I would want to use is, to get this out of here, is a belt system. It's like that guy. a company with that, but this problem is this thing is pretty large. But I think that would obviously, I mean, obviously it would do the trick. This would also do the trick, but I think that, well, this one's cheaper. How high up can this one go? So how much is it to lease this thing? 918. Let's lease this real quick. It's what? That's almost $1,000 just to test our theory before we invest. Let's visit here. Let's go take a look. Because if we can get this one high enough, I think this one will hook up to, yeah, with that little attachment there, it'll hook up to the other one. Oh. Not quite high enough, I think. So, alright, well, that answers that question. Yeah, this is supposed to just be an extension belt, but it definitely looks like that's what it's going to be. So, let's return that. Okay, so now we know we need to buy this guy and then this guy right here. So these guys are quite big, but that's going to bump our price over the cost of the bale wrapper, but it's going to be all right. We're going to get the money back eventually. Oh, these guys are doing really good here. We got a lot of fishies running, but yeah. So I think that's where we're going to sit for now. I'm going to decide if I want to spend any more money on getting a fish farm going or anything like that. We could potentially do that. It kind of just depends on how much it costs. So we could look into that, or we could look into more fields. You know, it's kind of, those are kind of our options. If we have the boat, it doesn't matter as much because we can load up fish food on it and we can take it out there. And we don't have to worry as much about whether or not, you know, we can, yeah, you know, we don't have to worry about whether or not it's close enough here where we can get it over onto there. But yeah, and then we can put, you know, we can put it out like maybe right here. We have the fishing boat, and the boat can just go boom, boom. Maybe out here a little bit further, because I'll probably want to add some more. We have a lot of water to work with, so I'm not really worried about us running out of water per se, but yeah. The other thing, there's other productions out there, right? I'm trying not to make this all about productions. We haven't used greenhouses in a while. I'm trying to think of the last time we used mushroom greenhouses too, but I really don't want to do more greenhouse work. I mean, I've done it in the past. It's nothing crazy new or anything like that, so I'm not going to worry about that. But yeah, so anyhow, we got some silage underway. We got a new bunker silo. We organized that area. It was a debacle, by the way. It took me like an hour to compact it because I didn't compact it as I went, and I remembered that from my Frankenmuth series. I need to compact it as I go, so I'm going to try to do that a little bit better. But plan. Why is this not working? Welcome back in. There we go. So we're going to connect this guy up here. Now, this is blue. You might be saying, why? And you'd be on to something there. Also, why can I not? What is happening right now? Does this guy have to connect to it? Oh, apparently you got to do it in that way, I guess. Okay, anyhow. Yeah, so there we go. Instead of scooping this all up with a bucket, I decided just to use this guy. But we got to get this stuff out of the way here first, so we can get ready to do the silage, because the silage is 92% fermented, so it'll be fermented a little bit here today. But yeah, otherwise, we're doing good. We're 1 month forward from where I last left you. We're doing a cultivating contract. We did a plowing one. And yeah, so the reason that one thing is blue, by the way, is because I went into the store. I was like, oh, sweet, I can customize the color. I'll get some, like, blue ones. That'd be kind of cool, something a little different. So I bought that one blue. It doesn't cost any extra. Then I went to this, and I was like, oh, can't change that color. That sucks. All right, well, here we are. So that's how we got to where we're at right now. We did harvest oats, which the oat harvest yielded $17,506, and also selling our house over there, which I didn't really mean to do. I just wanted to sell the shed next to it. It did nothing to help our property maintenance costs, so you know, it was worth a shot, I guess. But yeah, so anyhow, is what it is. We do have two really good harvesting contracts that are underway. These two both pay out really well. We're working on harvesting that one there. Cultivating's underway there, and they'll have those two I can't do, I guess. That's something we can do right there, though. Canola, yeah, easy peasy. So at least there's one more contract to get done there. That's not going to be able to move that, is it? Yeah, let's go into here. Am I going to be able to go into the... Nope, not quite. There we go. Grabbing a little bit more of it. Otherwise, it'll get mixed in with the silage and ruin some of the silage or something. but which is what we don't want. So go. Try to get it like right there, you know? There we go. It's picking it up. That should get most of it. Not sure how much will be on the ground. And again, we still have a lot more to put in there to go again. And then when does silage sell? That's part of the problem too, because I don't really want to grab it out of there until it's time to sell silage. All right, the range is non-existent, so we can sell it whenever we want. Animal dealer's paying 124, which apparently is really good. So we will sell silage also in a bit. Which these trailers apparently can hold everything. Which I was worried they'd only be able to hold grain, but no, they hold everything. Those. Apparently we have everything. Is that everything that we can get picked up? I mean, it looks like there's a little bit more here, but not reading as such, so we might be good. I just hope it doesn't ruin a lot of our silage or anything, so we'll have to see. But that's right about there's a good place for those to chill. So yeah, how much do we have in here? 13,365. The problem is I don't have anywhere to put this, so I'm just gonna have to dump it over here on the ground so it's out of the way. I don't think that silo can't hold chaff on a multi-fruit, so wouldn't imagine it would be able to. Yeah, chaff is not accepted here, that's what I thought. Okay. So we'll just dump this on the ground over here. Let's wait from the silage, and then we can pick it back up and put it in there later on, so. But that'll at least move it out of the way. There we go. Okay. Now we're ready to pick up the silage when the time comes. And then we just got to drive it down the road to the animal dealer to sell, which it'll take several trips, obviously, but that's okay. It'll be good money. 16,500 goes in each one of these, so... well, I guess we can actually estimate how much we're going to get, like, doing this. What do we got in here? 493,396. Let's do 493 times 124. We'll get $61,000 out of this one bunker silo, which is absolutely pretty darn good, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, okay. I'm going to keep working on getting our contracts done. I'll bring you guys back in when it's time to start unloading the silage, I think is what we'll do. So I'll see you guys here in just a bit. Well, it's a little later on. We've been doing some contracts. Are there any new ones coming in here? That's another one I'll definitely do later. But anyhow, this is 100%, so we're going to open this bad boy up. This is what scares me the most. Oh, that's all gonna pan out. At least it's grabbing stuff. All right, let's go ahead and hop in here. Pull under that. Let's see how this goes. At least for the first one. Okay. It'll take a little bit to load up here. That's definitely still chaff there, but like it just doesn't... I'm not sure what it's registered. If it's still there and it just doesn't grab it and it leaves it there, I'll just paint over it. That's fine. I don't care. I just don't want it to mess with us grabbing silage. All I don't want is to mess with us grabbing silage, which doesn't look like it's going to do, which is good. So I'm good with that. Yes, these little bits here we can just paint over later, whatever it doesn't grab. But I don't want to paint yet because it'll delete some of my silage, which I definitely don't want. So this is definitely one of the easier ways to unload a bunker silo. Now there are also modded versions of these in the mod hub that are like 10 times conveyor speed, so it'll unload a lot faster. So if you're going to use them regularly, that might be easier for you. Might make your life a little bit better, but not too bad. How are we looking? 60%. I was expecting that to be pretty close to full. Again, it's going to take some time, but that's okay. I got other contracts rolling in the background. We're going to make some money here. I'll only let you guys... I'll only make you guys suffer through the first load here with me, and then we'll figure it out from there. Probably just grab that. I got super strength on right now. I'll just move that right there. belt that a little bit more. That way there's always something for it to grab. Okay. Oop, that trailer's full. Excellent. Yeah, it's doing pretty darn good. We'll take that. I can get rid of some of this so I can paint over this here in a minute. Try to motivate it to do that. We'll see what it's grabbing there. And then this, I'm probably just going to use the belts, honestly, to drop that into the bunker silo. It's just going to be a little bit easier. Come on, grab some of this junk over here. Still grab them from further up. There we go, there we go. Are we looking here? Okay, we're getting there. A little bit sure. Yeah, it's grabbing all that. That's good. And did we lose a little bit out here? Probably, technically, yeah. But it's not going to be the end of the world. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Alright, I think that's about the extent of what it's probably going to grab from there. So now what I can do while it finishes up filling that guy up. What kind of dirt do we have down there? Is this gravel down here? Nope. This gravel? Yep. And you can just kind of get rid of. Now there's actually a little bit back here, which I don't really want to deal with, so I'm going to try to just paint over that without. Yeah, that'll be good right there. Okay. Sometimes with this using a belt system, you sometimes have to get like a front loader or something to actually be able to get further into the dealio there by breaking off the tarp a little bit more, but we'll see how that goes. But anyhow, first load of mini loads, 33,000, and there's like what, 500,000 liters in there. This is gonna take forever. I'm just realizing how long this is gonna take. I mean, it's fine. You know, it's fine. Everything's fine. Where's the animal dealer? That's where we wanted to sell, right? Silage. Where you at? There you are. Okay. Yes. Let's tag that. Where is that at? It's over this way. Oh, that's a long ways away from us. It's definitely further than I thought it would be. Oop, contract finish. Which one is done? The sewing one. Excellent. Do that, and then we'll accept that. That one right there, and I'll deal with that in a minute once we get over there. Yeah, things are good for us. We're making money off of contracts. We're gonna make a lot of money off of silage if we can ever get it there. It's gonna take me a while to get it all delivered, but our other tractor honestly might be better. Our one that's doing plowing contracts right now. Once it gets those 2 plowing ones done, might use that instead. Where is this place actually? Yeah, it is way over there, isn't it? Gosh, yeah. Once we get on here, we'll get down over to it. But yeah, it'll be fine. I guess I kind of can shoot across here if I really wanted to save a little bit of time. I'm not sure how much it's actually going to save. It's downhill at least, so... Well, that field's plowed now. We should stay on the road. The road's going to be our fastest bet. Alright, we're going. Slow but sure. Said you guys have to suffer through at least the first load with me. Not much I feel like I'm going to require of you. But other than that, everything's going to be great once we get this down there. At least we're at full speed ahead now, so. That's a good start. Let's get out of the way of this car coming up around here. They're cruising. Flying around that corner. Something about the color of silage too, I just love. Like, I think it's because it's always been kind of synonymous with making a lot of money. It kind of just has, like, to me, it just seems like it's a richness that it has. We're gonna pull in front of this bus. Oh my gosh, that's a nightmare. They want to lose our speed, but I don't think. I mean, at what cost? Should be able to get both of these over top at the same time. There we go. And he's going up. Get that untagged. Let's see how we do. I mean, again, we're gonna do like 60 grand total, I think, off of them, but it's gonna seem really sad every time we drop a load off, because one load's not gonna be a lot. So yeah, $4,000 a load. Oh, we need a bigger trailer. This is ridiculous. Oh, now these guys are all sorts of jacked up here. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna sell the rest of that off camera so you guys don't have to suffer through that, but at least you are aware of my suffering, because I'm gonna make 60 grand off of that silo, but in 4 grand or $4,000 increments, so I'll see you guys later on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it took me a lot less time this time to compact this, but it still took a long time. There's not as much in here. It's only 110,000. This is everything we got left, the extra chaff that we had, plus all the remaining grass that should have been in the form of bales. So we are going to go ahead and cover that. Yep, there we go. I know it's not going to be as much, but that's totally fine. So, over here, we have no grass bales whatsoever. Down there, square bale straw, and then hay, 39 hay bales, which is a pretty respectable amount of hay. So, we're looking pretty good. Now, the total cost of what we spent on this bunker cell, so this is a $22,000 bunker cell, am I not mistaken? Yes, 22,000, okay. So, 22,000 plus, let's go into the store here. We had to buy this guy, so plus 30,500 to do silage. Plus, the belts that we bought. Where are belts at? This guy, 5,000 plus 5,000 plus this right here, 38,000 plus 38, 1, 2, 3. So that's 95,500. I think that's everything that we've had to buy. So 95,500. So obviously it would have been a lot cheaper if we did bales, which we could have done bales long term. I just would have had to make smaller bales. But we're kind of committed to this system now. Kind of committed. To be fair, the biggest part was just how we got it out of the silo, which is this, which makes our life easier. So it's not too big of a deal. Now, of that 95,500, if we go in here, we made $65,919 off for our silage. So that leaves us just $29,581 to make, and then we break even on it, which I think is going to happen fairly quick. It'll happen over the course of the next, year or so. So it's going to end up paying off, no problem. We got a pretty good system in play. 110,000 liters in here. We get a good price for it. That's in our 13,600 bucks sitting in there. So that's going to be good as well. But yeah, we built the system here for doing some silage. Now, I will say the other thing we probably honestly really need to buy. Where is it at? They're down. Where are they at? It's under miscellaneous. They should have like a silage section. Where is that? And is it up here with grass equipment? Oh, there it is. Forage harvesting. I guess that makes sense. How much is that? 6,800. We might buy one of those and one of these. That guy weighs 2.7 tons. That guy weighs how much? 1.4 tons. Yeah, I think one of each of these would be kind of nice for leveling and compaction. At least this guy right here. So that's in our 20 grand that we'll need to spend, but we're not going to worry about it right now. This system works just driving the tractor around. But I think it could have been done a lot faster and a lot easier for us if we had that silage compactor. But anyhow, yeah, I did a lot of contracts today as well. You can see contract income today is at $83,394. We do a lot of contracts, which is, good stuff for us. That's all of our fish income right there. But yeah, so we're still sitting pretty good in terms of finances and everything like that. That's even after I had bought a bunch of fish food to make sure our fish food productions keep going and things like that. So yeah, we're sitting pretty good, pretty fat. When are we doing our other harvests here? Soybeans, we still have 2 months until soy. Sunflower, same thing, 2 months till sunflower. I'm thinking, honestly, I'm leaning towards buying another field, though I'm not going to worry about buying a field until next year, because there's nothing we need to plant right now, so there's no sense in holding on to a field that's not doing anything for us, so we might as well just keep the money. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards buying another field and kind of going that route. I think that might be a little bit better, but we'll kind of see. Anyhow, for now, I'm going to keep working, keep doing some stuff, keep figuring out some stuff. We'll get some more silage sold off, hopefully next month. Because it only takes about a month to get done, so yeah. And then hopefully we get some more contracts pop up, like, boom, look at that, another 9,800 bucks. We'll definitely do that one. So, yep, I'll get some more contracts done. I will see you guys probably when it's time to harvest the soy and the sunflowers. What I also did actually off camera as well is this field. So we have 2 fields of soy, which is soy is what we're held up on soy. We need more soy to be able to keep doing our fish food production. This field needed liming as well, so I put some lime down. I should have fertilized it as well, but we'll fertilize it later. But yeah, put some lime down on that, and then yeah, I also cultivated it so it's ready to be planted next year, and so we'll go from there. I'm kind of thinking this is the field to buy. It's right next to what we got going on. 307,000, 12.68 acres. This is our other big. That's 13.3 acres. I guess it has some stuff on there. That one's a more expensive field though, so I feel like this has more field than that. But anyhow, that's I think the next kind of move is to buy that one. Maybe buy a couple. We could afford to buy both of those probably and get, you know, really ramp up some of our production. But after we buy a couple more fields, I mean, once we own a couple more fields over here, we're going to need to get bigger equipment and kind of go that route. I'm going to be honest, I had no idea when we started the series this is going to be kind of where we'd bunker down and have our operations kind of pending out of. I seriously thought we'd end up buying over here and doing some stuff in the main farm there. But honestly, this is a pretty good little cluster of fields and things. So yeah, and if you really think about it on this map, there's not a ton of field space, and the fields are quite expensive. And the other thing you got to be careful, too, of is the more fields we buy, the less contract work we're going to get, which we've really been sustaining ourselves a lot with contract work. So, anyhow, I'm going to keep working towards what we got going on. I'll see you guys probably during harvest season, and then that's probably where we'll end the episode is kind of at the end of harvest. So, I'll see you guys here in just a bit. All right, just a quick little process update here. We're harvesting soy. This field was already harvested. And that one's actually... Is that one done as well? Good gravy. All right. This one we definitely didn't get as much off of, which I mean makes sense, obviously. But yeah, we did good. Okay, well, anyhow, that means the soy harvest. Let's see, with this added in there, I can bring this up. Let's see. That'll be 47,440 liters, which is awesome. That's a lot of soy for us. This field doesn't look like it needs any work either, which is great. So we'll get it cultivated so it's ready to go. Still have to harvest the sunflower, so I don't know about that yet. I did sell the silage in the bunker silo, or at least the silage that was there. We got $13,350 for that, so that's all good stuff. Yeah, I'll deal with this guy in a minute. I don't need to deal with him right now. Let's get back over to, yeah, to this area. So I bought a couple of new silage tools. This guy right here, which this is really pissed me off. I'll get to that in a minute. This thing's brilliant. Works really well. But yeah, between the two of those, I think that was almost 30 grand, but it is what it is. So this thing is great. Compacting on this is 41%, and then I'll keep putting more loads in there. There's 134,000 liters in there now. I did also mow all the kind of periphery areas, which got us like 4 extra loads of the 16,100 liters. So we got a lot, and as you can see, we still have, I still have quite a bit of grass to pick up and try to get into this silo. Whether I'm going to get it all in there or not, I don't know. But we're making progress. But why this thing has pissed me off? Look at the back here. It just pushed it out, like through the wall. It's not high enough that I pushed it over. It pushed it through the wall and just out of the bunker silo, which really just irks me. So, yeah. Really irks me, but this thing is perfect for this. Just back this up into here. This thing doesn't push stuff out of the wall. No, it just does good work. Hey, look at that, we got 3% just in that one stretch there. 4% actually. But yeah, just keep going back and forth in here with this thing. It's got the extra weight on it. I actually probably should put the front weight on this thing now that I have that whatchamacallit off there, that thing right there off of here. It does work out really well to like level things out, I will say that. It does work, it just doesn't, yeah. And I put this bunker, part of the reason I'm irritated is I put this bunker in such a way where I don't have good access to the back of it, so after we cover this, then I'm going to be able to pick that up after that. Because I think if I start picking it up now, it's going to pull it through the silo, which is what I really don't want to have happen. But anyhow, we're making good progress here. I think we should be able to get another 130,000 liters in here, somewhere around that. And that'll be another good sale for us in terms of silage. That'll be our only kind of sale in the winter time as we get, done with harvest and things like that. There's going to be a lot of contracts today. It's a good time to do contract work. which is great because we're about to be at the season where there's not going to be any contracts available. What are we at, 61%? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We can maybe go over it one more time. Why not, right? Thought I can throw some more on top of here. And then it should be pretty easy to keep compacting it as we go. Problem is it obviously like tries to bleed out the front, which I mean is totally fine if it does that. I forgot that the loading wagon can pick up chaff as well, so I can just run across the front with that for all the stuff that's not actually fit into the silo. It won't really fit back there to pick that up. I can try a little bit, I guess, but yeah, it's not going to be ideal. But yeah, this works really well to get silage off here, and if we can't fit it all in here, that's fine. I seriously will just set a big pile of grass somewhere over here. We'll put it in the next load. I'm not too worried about that, but yeah. So things are going good. I think things are going to plan, I think. Grass is cut. All of it is collected, and I put manure down to fertilize it, so it is good to go, ready to grow up more. Bunker silo is covered. Does it show me how much in there? Yeah, 254,000 liters in there. It's fermenting. There was a bunch of stuff back here, which it wouldn't let me pick up with the belts, so I'm not sure about that. There was a little bit up front it wouldn't let me pick up with the belts either, so also not sure about that. If I get in here, we have 6,300 liters it did let me pick up, so we'll put that in there next time. But yeah, sunflower harvest is done. We had 11,288 liters off of our fields, which is great. We go into our productions. Fish food factories are underway again, so hopefully they do good stuff there for us. Yeah, we do have some canola in there. I guess we could do some more wheat, but yeah, they'll do some more fish food and whatnot. Those guys are looking good there, getting some trout pushed out. They got plenty of stuff there doing their job. So yeah, all good stuff. I've been doing a lot of contracts. That's a really good plowing one. It's almost done actually, and a couple cultivating ones. We'll probably grab. I did a few harvesting ones as well. Grab that fertilizing one as well. But yeah, I just want to bring you guys in to kind of give you an update with where we're at. How are the cows doing? Let's take a look at them. Hey, yeah, they're doing all right. They could use a little bit more straw. They're doing fine on, but we have nothing urgent there. So yeah, and then reproduction 20%. So it'll be 8 months before we get any here. These guys are 9 months old. 50% there's under 9 months before they even start reproducing. So but yeah, we're making progress. Or is it going to be 18 months? I guess. Yeah, I guess at 18 months they would have 10% done reproduction. But yeah, so things are happening. Things are going well, I guess. We have a lot of space. I'm just not sure what to do with this space as of right now. If we'd had this space before, I probably wouldn't have everything all cluttered over here. But this area is obviously, we're kind of set in stone there. But yeah, this is some space we can do something with. I'm not sure exactly what to do with it per se. Maybe you guys will have some ideas. Then obviously we have, I guess, a little bit more space down here if we wanted to use some of that around there. Technically we don't own that land, but we decided that since we paid for the fish factory there, we own that parking lot. So yeah, we have $422,000. I would like to buy some more fields at some point, probably this one. Got barley in it, which can we use that in? Can't, so which barley's kind of useless for us. Maybe if these 3 fields have more helpful stuff, we'll buy them first, but this one is the most logical next purchase. So we'll kind of see. But it'll probably either be this field that we'll buy at some point, or it'll be what, that one and that one. Yeah, that's 350 there. That's 307. So yeah, either these two or this one, or I guess if that one's a good, you know, what's got good stuff on it for us, we could do that one as well. But anyhow, things are going well. We're making some progress, so I'll keep working on things, and I'll see you guys at some point, maybe after winter. We'll kind of see. Maybe I'll bring you guys back in for spring planting, but I'll definitely bring you guys back in if anything exciting happens. So I'll see you guys here soon. All right, welcome everyone. It is December. We've been slowly chipping away at things, getting things done. All good stuff. I bought this trailer. It was on sale, $700-800. The reason I bought it is because it'll be way easier to actually back into places with this thing, so that'll be nice. Oh, our silage actually might be ready. How close is it? Check that. Fermenting 100%. It's not fermented, but it's about to be there. It'll be there literally any second. So, yeah, I can't. Oh no, I can't open it. Never mind. What am I saying? I'm crazy. Okay, so I got to deal with that. We'll get that done as well. But if we go to Those guys are doing good. I need to get them some more fish food. I'll probably have to buy some. You guys will need more sunflowers. This is the big thing that they're low on. And that one needs oats as well, doesn't it? We're doing the oat one. Yeah, oat. And this one's the one that requires soy. We don't have any canola. No, we have soy, canola. We don't have any wheat. Is the problem for that recipe. But yeah, so anyhow, we need more sunflowers and stuff like that. So let's get... let's go over here. Let's get some sunflower. Do we have any oats in storage? We do. Why don't we grab some oats just because we're right there. We'll grab those first. We'll go fill them up with oats, and then we'll come back up, get the sunflowers, fill them up with that. But yeah, this will just be way easier. I can back it into things. It holds quite a bit, which is nice. It actually might hold, if I think about this here, vehicles. This one holds, where are we at? It's a Camara. 21,000 liters versus, where is our, holds more than that. So this will be the best way to sell silage then. Actually, no, those things hold silage, don't they? 16,500 each? That's right, those things hold silage. I don't know, I might use either one. It doesn't really matter. It might be easier to use than those to haul just loads by this. But yeah, anyhow. I guess it'd probably be easier if I go around the front. Easy does it there, little JCB. Little whiplash going. Yeah, we'll get this put in there. Oh, we'll be good to go there. I don't know what we're going to accomplish this episode, to be honest. I can still drive through here, right? Yeah. Don't know what our goal is this episode. I just don't know. Don't know where we're going to get. I'd like to spend some of that money on something good. I think it's going to have to be more fields. I think that's going to be good. And then next year we should be able to do something really nice. Because we'll have, you know, another good batch of money as long as we keep providing fish food, stuff like that. Alright, and let's put the rest of these oats here. Assuming this will take the rest of them. That way these productions are going good. I almost need like a distributing silo for fish food that you can, like, you know, it produces fish food from fish food in a 1-for-1 kind of ratio. So that way you can set it to distribute and feed in all your fish food production areas. That'd be kind of nice to have something like that. Well, that's all the oats that it's going to take. All right, that's fine. Put these back in storage. We'll grab the sunflowers, get those down here. But yeah, so things are going good. The farm's making progress. We're doing various contracts here and there as we can. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, can't complain about that. Yeah, I think we'll end up buying more land. I think that's just what we need to do. Has this field got, what has this got growing on? It's got barley, which barley is absolutely useless to us. It'd be nice if it had wheat. Wheat we could actually use to make something. That one's got wheat up there, but I don't really want, that field would be such a pain to get to. I don't want that field. Oh, yeah, that's kind of all it's growing right now. That field's got wheat in it, but yeah, I mean, that might just be what we get when we get the barley off of it, and then we'll plant something more useful. Or we can just plow it under and just plant something more useful right off the bat. Also might be something we do, so. And at least we don't have to fertilize it, it can be fully fertilized, but yeah. Okay, dump this here. We get the sunflower. So yeah, I'll get the sunflower, I'll move it down there, I'll start unloading the solid, that's what I'm gonna do. I just want to bring you guys back in, let us know, let you know where we're kind of sitting and things like that. But yeah, I'll get some stuff done here for us. But yeah, I'll see you guys probably in springtime. That would be my guess, unless something else happens. All right, it is springtime. It doesn't really look that spring-like, but it is spring nonetheless. How is our grass here? This actually, how close is this to being? All right, so next month. So in April, we'll do that next month. We'll get that taken care of. If we take a look at everything with cows, doing good. They're going to reproduce very soon, right here in about 3 months. I can give manure, they need a little bit more strong feed, but I'll take care of them here later. I can accept that. I finished that contract. We need more contracts, that's for sure. Fish lakes are doing good. These guys are still running, which is great. They're about to run out of oats there for those ones, and sunflowers are low on both of those as well. Which, do we have a little bit more storage? manure. Sunflower, soy, and oats. So a little bit more of each of those. Soy is a big one. I'm surprised we have so much soy still left in these guys. Oats, I'm not surprised about running out of, and sunflowers, I'm a little surprised. But yeah, so anyhow, we're doing good. Making good progress. Things are happening. These guys got plenty of food. We're making plenty of fish. Again, we got to make it until, you know, June, July is when we can sell our fish off. So we got to make it a few months there. And I say that because we're going to be tight on cash here in a minute, which is crazy. Also, selling the silage that we had out of our bunker silo. We got $32,578, and there's just a little bit in here now. I didn't ferment it because I didn't see the point, because we'll get more grass tomorrow, so we'll be fine. But yeah, so that's all good stuff there. We are going to make a pretty big purchase, which I think is going to be absolutely worth it. So this field right here that has barley in it, we are going to buy this, and then we are going to plow the barley in, which seems ridiculous, but we just don't need barley. So this field right here, 307, we're going to buy it. It's quite crazy. Let's take a look at how it's looking. It doesn't need fertilized. It doesn't need lime. It does need plowing, but that's okay. We got to plow it in anyways, so let's get you plowing that field real quick for us. We put a lot of hours in this thing, but this thing has been just an absolute workhorse. Almost had it. Nope, no, don't. May have to use super strength to fix that problem. Oh, nope, we got it. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, we'll get this taken care of here. We could put another trout lake in as well. Thought about that. It's not a bad idea to make more trout, but we're eventually going to do some offshore fishing. So yeah, this is a huge field. It's honestly massive, because that field right there is pretty big. We're getting some big fields, which is great. We really need the extra, you know, growth, and this should be pretty good for us. This will be the last field I think we need to buy in a while. I think our next upgrade is going to be more fishing related, but I'll hire that to do that. Yeah, this is our new field, and what we are going to do, because I've kind of come up with a plan: sunflowers in 9, sunflowers in 10, soy in, oh boy, hold on, soy in 12, and soy in 13, and oats in 17. That's our plan. That should be enough of everything to get us through the year. So, yeah, I'm pumped about that. I'm going to get everything planted off camera. I don't know when I'll bring you guys back in, but, yeah, we have this massive field. You're doing not good so far. But we have a massive new field for us, which is excellent. So, this is going to be great. We're going to have stones on here, though, unfortunately. I might have to get out here and get something to pick up those stones. Is there a contract for stone picking? Maybe what we'll do is we will accept that contract, and then we will also lease stone picker, because that, yeah, the contract will cover the cost of us leasing it, and we'll use it on both of our fields and stuff like that. So, oops, that'll help us out a little bit. But anyhow, I just want to bring you back in, show you kind of where we're getting at, what we're doing, and what we're going to plant, and where, and whatnot. So that's kind of just what we're doing. But yeah, things have been going well, I think, for the most part. So yeah, we'll keep rocking and rolling, and hopefully get to make some money here at some point soon. So yeah. All right, well, things are happening. It's April now, so we're working on planting the soy here. Sunflowers are down there. Already got that field planted. And then I also put manure down on those ones. That one's not going to need anything. This one we're tedding because we're kind of a little low on bales. So I mowed it. That one we won't turn into silage. If we come over here to our bale shed, we have 19 hay bales, which is not bad. Honestly, that's quite a few. The cows are doing just fine. I actually need to give them some more straw today too. But yeah, so they just need a little bit more hay. I think that'll be worthwhile for them to get that. But yeah, and then once these guys finish reproducing, I think we'll hold on to them maybe for another 10 months, reproduce again. I don't know. I'll kind of decide that, but I think we'll keep pushing them a little bit further. But this guy, I'm going to go get the windrower hooked up, so we're good to go for that. And then we'll get that field windrowed, then we'll get it baled, and yeah, all good stuff happening. Kind of where we're at. So, yeah. And then we get some manure down on there. We're still producing enough manure to actually, we haven't had to use solid fertilizer in any of our fields. since we got the manure spreader, which is honestly kind of incredible. Actually, I don't want to go over there. I want to go over here. Next episode, we'll probably sell all the fish off and everything like that, so that'll be good. Let's get kind of situated here. I haven't checked sales in a while. I really probably shouldn't. We get in our harvester. Isn't that one? No, it's not one we have. It's not as good as the one we have, honestly. But, yeah, anyhow. Nothing we're really desperate for. We're desperate for money, that's for sure. That is for sure. Get this guy situated. There we go. Again, he's doing his thing here. Chilling there. I think we're... How are we doing on fish food? We can't afford to buy any more fish food, and these guys are done. We can't produce any more. We're out of oats is what we're out of. We actually had quite a bit of sunflowers left over, which I think we actually have planted too many sunflowers, so next year we can probably adjust a little bit. Soy we're doing okay. It was oats that we really ran out of, but this, I mean, that's a huge oat field, so that should help us out quite a bit. Yeah. So yeah, we probably didn't need both those sunflowers, maybe just the larger one, and then we could have maybe done soy there, or oats or something, but... Yeah, hoping to get some contracts because we desperately need the money. But otherwise, everyone's kind of doing okay. You're planting out here. Yeah, that's where we're at. We're doing okay. Yeah. Trying to think what else we need to get done. Get that done over there. How much manure do we actually have left? 61,000 liters, that's actually pretty good. It's plenty to get the grass field done. We may start running out, because, I mean, we're slowly getting through it. I do have some straw there. Let's get in a tractor, and... Do I have any tractors free? You're free enough. Let's get you over there. You're the one that's doing the least amount of things right now. Let's get the straw put in there, and then we'll probably get ready to wrap up this episode. It feels like it's a shorter episode. I know it kind of is, at least from where we're at now, but there's a lot of stuff I did off camera, I think, mostly, but... and we got that field... purchase, which is absolutely epic to have that. That's a huge field. It just really is a large field. We've accomplished quite a bit. It doesn't feel like it maybe as much as other series, but we really have worked our butts off to get where we're at now, which is a good place to be. We get some straw put in here, so these guys are happy. Got some good bedding. How much straw do they need? A fair amount. Yeah. That way we can keep that manure churning over. I'm assuming that other bale is full as well, so we'll be able to get that in there. We don't need any more straw, that's for sure, but, you know, we're doing what we can do. Alright, let's get this one. I'm assuming it's gonna... Yep, there we go. Get that one put in there, and then I'll grab maybe a couple more bales, get them in there. I'm hoping for some more, contracts involving some wood chop and some dead wood, because I think that's going to be a good way to go about it. But yeah, you know, we're doing what we can do. So yeah, this is gonna be a little bit shorter of an episode, I think, but I think this is a good stopping point. Off camera, all I'm going to do is get windrowing done, get the baling done, get some contracts done, and then I'll bring you guys back in probably. Well, when do we sell fish? It's like June, July, isn't it? It's always easiest to just go to the bottom. Yeah, June, July. I think it's June for trout. Yeah, June for trout. So I'll bring you guys back in probably in June, the start of the next episode. And I'm anticipating that we are going to be able to make an absolute crap ton of money off of our fish. It should be literally a boatload of money. Yeah, it should be a literal boatload of cash. So that'll be fantastic. But yeah, I'll get some more straw put in there, get that done. But I think this is where we'll wrap it up. Again, I know a little bit shorter on the shorter side of episodes, but there's been a lot of stuff that's kind of happened off camera and things like that. So Kinlaig, sorry, J-Bot's gonna get me if I don't say it right. Yeah, I made it forward a couple months off camera, nothing too crazy. I haven't played on here honestly in it's been like 2 or 3 weeks. So I apologize for not having any episodes out and things like that, but sometimes life gets in the way. It just is what it is. Yeah, how is this looking here? I don't think it's like ready to harvest yet, but we can figure that out real quick. Yeah, it's green middle. Okay, perfect. So we'll have to wait till next month to do that. All of our crops are growing, fertilized, all looking good out there. Yeah, and again, the grass will be ready for next month. So yeah, things are going really good. Looks like, what is that? Is that barley? Or oats. Yeah, oats will be ready next month, which would be great. Obviously, these productions are stopped because we ran out of stuff. These ones are still rocking and rolling, though, so they're still making trout. We actually have quite a bit of trout this year, which these are the big money guys here. So we're gonna make a lot of money this year. I'm actually really excited. And then these guys, obviously, I'm not doing anything because we're out of fish food. So it is what it is. But we are making great grand old progress. So yeah, I did a bunch of deadwood contracts yesterday in game just to help pay for some of our bills because it's about, our upkeep's about 6 grand a day, which is ridiculous for this farm. Honestly, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We just got to make it to next month because that'll be when we sell all of our fishies. So we'll make sure the trout are still good there as well. QRST, where you at? Trouts. Trouty boys. There we go. Yeah. So July will be for all of them. So we get them all sold off in July, which would be great. Yeah, prices are already starting to look really good, which is awesome. So, oh yeah, they're right up from there. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're going to make some good money. We have a lot of stuff set up. If we go back over here, we have a lot staged out here, ready to go, ready to rock. A lot of fishies ready to sell, that's for sure. So that's all good stuff. We have a fertilizing contract to get to. Our cows gave birth today as well, so we have some 0-month-olds in there, which is awesome. I think I'll let these guys give birth one more time. And then these guys are about to be down there. So I think, yeah, once these guys give birth one more time, then, yeah, which I'm curious. 31.25, I want to make sure they're actually still gaining in value. And I want to compare them to, like, one that's obviously still gaining in value. So 21.92 for them. Yeah, so that should be great. And that'll be another good chunk of change when we get those guys sold off. So about 10 months for that. Yeah, it's a slow process there, but eventually we'll have enough cows. Hopefully we're turning over more cows and making a little bit more money off of that. What I'd like to do in this episode is, honestly, I don't know. It's probably the thumbnail. I don't know what we're going to get down this episode. This is episode, what is it, 26? I don't know where the series is going in terms of how far I want to take this. I mean, we've demonstrated we can make money. We're still not, like, just doing, like, hand over fist money. We have actually, honestly, been struggling a lot. I think our biggest issue is the fact that all of these buildings cost us 60 grand a year or more, actually, to upkeep. If we go to our finances, that's our biggest problem is upkeep. Property maintenance, 58.25, and it's going up by 20 bucks a day. It's just so high. Plus production, I mean, it's costing us so much money. It's actually really hard, making it really difficult for us to actually turn a profit, which I don't know why it's honestly so high, because here's what's crazy about this. So if you watch my Frankenmuth series, let me pull up the spreadsheet for that just to look at it. Last year in the Frankenmuth series, we spent $50,000 on property maintenance. So less per month than this map is costing us right here for all of this. Less per month than this. And we have way more land. We literally own the entire map, and we have tons of buildings, tons of productions, tons of things happening. Yeah, it's crazy. So that's the one thing that's just absolutely hammering us. And I don't have an explanation for it. We sold off the house. That did nothing. I just don't know which building is the big cost here. We could sell off a couple and see. You know what? We might as well just try that. We can always put more buildings down. So if we look, because honestly, it's just murdering us. It might be the cow barn. And if that's it, it just kind of is what it is. These two are original to the farm. These are the only two left that are original to the farm and the cow barn here. So I think we sell these two off. And let's see if that actually helps us, which I know we don't have a shed anymore. 35, that's actually quite a bit. And I'll get rid of this repair trigger as well. This we place down. So everything else here we place down except for the cow barn. I am curious. I might actually get us... Well, I'll bring you guys in tomorrow, and we'll talk about that as well, because I'll do some other stuff off camera in terms of getting fertilizing done. And since we have some more money now, too, I know we just, did what we did, but I might buy some more... This guy's going to get lost real easily here. Let's put you just right there, so hopefully we don't lose you. Yeah, so I'm going to do a couple, hopefully get some contracts today, make a little bit of money. I'll buy us some more fish food so we can make some more baby fish and whatnot. But let's see if that actually helps us, because the rest of these buildings we place down. So I'm really curious what that's going to do. So 58.66, it's got to drop, right? It's got to. So we'll see. But anyhow, I'm going to do some off-camera work, and I'll see you guys here tomorrow in game. Ladies and gentlemen, it is July. It's the time of the. Oh, I just actually finished a harvesting contract. We should accept that real quick. Boom. There we go. A little extra cash. Okay. It's the time of the year to sell all of our fishies. I'm very excited. We're heading over there now, and I have some news. So, first, let's talk about cows. Cows are fun. Fun are cows. Okay. So, if we go in here, these guys went from 3125 to 3166, an increase of $41. These guys went from 2192 to 2307, an increase of $115. So, yes, these guys aren't increasing as much. So, as soon as they give us a second set of cows, second set of calves, I think we're going to sell them off. So, I think that's kind of the rule we're going to do. Kind of be doubling the herd. Once they give us 2 sets of cows, we're going to get rid of them. So, that's kind of where we're at to make money there. We're doing good. Now, the big thing that I said I would check after we sold those 2 sheds, and this is frustrating as it is relieving, our property maintenance. Let me just show you. Honestly, I have to. Let's not crash this, though. I'm just going to stop. I don't even care. This is the most important thing. Property maintenance. Where are we at? 586, 5866 to $800. It lowered it by $5,000 a month. Why? I don't know why. It's the most frustrating thing. So anyhow, I'm frustrated because I wish I would have done that earlier, and I don't know why it's costing $5,000 to upkeep one of those 2 buildings. I'm sure it wasn't both of them. I'm sure one of them was just the scapegoat. But yeah, so I don't know what's up with that. I am very thankful that it's on our cow barn. So yeah, there you go. If you are on this chunk of land right here, make sure you sell off. I don't know which one it is, but maybe try each of those sheds. So now we're going to save an extra $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year more we're making by just eliminating a barn off of our property. That's amazing. In terms of very helpful, we're going to actually do a lot better this year for profit because we're not going to have as many expenses. So we're going to be doing, it's just going to be way better. That's a big chunk of money if you really think about it. If you think about it, how many years do we have in this save here? It's not very many, I don't think. What are we at? Never mind, 6 years? So now let's say we probably haven't done 6 full years and we didn't own that at the beginning. Let's say we've been paying that $60,000 for 5 years. That's $300,000 we don't have in the bank because I just didn't do anything about that and should have acted on that sooner. And if we want, we can increase our property maintenance slightly and put in another shed. It's not that we just can't have sheds. I mean, we could do that if we want to. I'm not too worried about it right now. I do want to put in maybe a better shed, so maybe we'll look into that at some point. But I mean, I am flabbergasted, I think is a kind word for it. I just don't know why that's the way that it is. Boy, I really don't like that this truck is so easily tipped. It's a very painful experience to drive this down to store pallets of stuff down here. You have to be very careful not to tip it. And obviously, I do tip it every so often when I'm driving off camera. Just is what it is. Sorry, person. We're in a hurry here. I'm gonna try not to murder you, but we gotta get places. We're not really in a hurry, I guess, but time's paused. So yeah, prices are looking pretty good for everything. For the baby fish especially, prices are starting to trend down, and then we'll sell everything off. I mean, the prices could change. We could potentially get a slightly higher price. I need to go this way in the future, but I think where we're sitting now for pricing, I think we should be very happy about it. So yeah, we have just a ton down here. I ran out of room on our little pallets over there and whatnot, so we just have a lot of stuff to sell off here, which is all good news for the coffers of the farm. Okay. There's the first 59,000. That was a partial load. Let me get these ones over here first. Should be a full load right here. Gosh, I love auto load. It is just a lifesaver. If you're on console, I'm sorry. Well, they do have some auto load stuff on console. There's kind of ways around it here and there, but not this kind of ease. Rock there. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Love it. All right, anyhow, there's my dad joke for the day. These last 2 picked up. Perfect. All right, full load here. This is a good mix of trout and salmon. Actually, this is mostly trout, but still, this is going to pay out quite well. And then, honestly, the adult trouts that we have up by the lake, we have quite a few of them. We're going to get paid out very handsomely for those. 74,000 for that. the bank any money? I don't know where I took that $15,000 loan, because I thought I wasn't supposed to take. Well, I might have taken it temporary to do something, and I just forgot about it. I think how long have I been paying loan interest is the big question. I've been paying it for 3 months. Well, that's my bad on that one. I was just thinking in my head when I went through the next day, I was like, I swear they charge us loan interest, but I wasn't sure why. And that would be why, just because of the loan. That makes sense. The bank is like, a little sneaky loan in there. Just getting a little bit of interest money. So $50 a month in interest for a $15,000 loan in real life would be a steal. There we go, $90,000 for that load. Goodness gracious. I swear, I think we have $100,000 worth of adult trout, if not more. Let's back up, get some of these guys. Also potentially go the correct way in through the sell point here. All right, this is good mix of young trout and salmon here. This is going to be, I'm going to guess 75,000, right around 75,000. Yep. I think it was the same mix as the other one that was trout and salmon. That's why I knew that was going to be probably that close to that. Oh my, this one's gonna pay out nicely. Just a load of salmon. This one's gonna be over 100 G's, easy. Easy over 100. This would be like 120. Oh, I thought it'd be more than that. 101, I guess, what's the price? What's the price listed for young salmon? Okay, I thought it was closer to $2,000. But the young trout, what is that? We have to go to, if we go to the Big Farmer's Kiosk, we get a bonus. It's even more, it'd be more than the Seaside Restaurant. So we're going to get, I mean, probably, oh, it's going to be a lot of money. I'm so excited for the adult trout to sell those guys off. Let's finish up here, and then we'll go get those sold. All good stuff, though. Okay. This one is mostly trout, which makes sense because the last one was, you know, mostly salmon. Okay, so turn in here. $63, still not bad at all, nothing to complain about. Still have 2 more loads out here. There's still a fair amount of salmon mixed in there, so we're gonna be doing just fine. Full loads? Maybe there's not 2 full loads. There's definitely this full load and then he's part of another one. This one's giving our 74,000 in odd change, whatever load that is. So that's a good mix there. So you can make good money fishing. Obviously, we spend a lot of money every year on fish food, but you do make a profit even if you buy the fish food, as long as you sell the fish at the right time of the year. If you just sell them throughout the year, you're not going to make a profit if you're buying fish food, but obviously, producing it is probably the best case scenario, but sometimes that's not how life works. Well, actually, this is going to be a full load, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to be a full load. There we go. I guess that makes sense mathematically with me dropping things off in full loads down here. This has got a fair amount of salmon on it. Not as much as the last one, but this will be good, like, what, $64,000 load or something like that? 71, I'll take that. Almost 72. Oh man. All right, let's try back to the farm. We're gonna pick up the adult trout, get those sold off, and then yeah, I don't know. Next episode we can probably make some investments. How much in fish are we gonna sell in this episode? It's over already. It's already well over $500,000. Gotta be careful. Make sure I don't crash out here first. What are we at? 611 so far. I guess some of that is I did technically have an extra $400 worth of canola off of my canola contract that I did. That's my bad. I wish they would keep driving after I hit them. Oh my gosh, I swear he brake checked me on that one. Just got within his bubble and he freaked out. Yeah, as soon as you get in their bubble. Gosh dang it, this car is really Cool looking car, though, I will say. Cool looking car, but very frustrating vehicle to deal with. I still can't believe that shed situation. That's ridiculous. Donkulous, I say. I want to actually go this way, I think. I guess a little faster. Should just actually just cut our fields. We're just in it to save time right now, ladies and gentlemen. Our farm is up over here. Alright, let's pick up all the trout we got. Ooh, that was some good air off of that. Goodness gracious. The cows doing food-wise. Are those registering? Yep, they're registering still, so they're good. I just figured I'd drop those hay bales off after I picked up the last set of them. I was like, I don't know why I'm bringing hay bales over here every so often, but I can just drop these off here. A little bit better lined up for this. And this is more than we've ever had over here. Is there more in the capacity? Oh, yes, there is. Just one more, I guess. There's almost 2 pallets in there, but not quite. 36,000 liters will be something to be happy about, that's for sure. Or a little bit. One more's got to spawn still. And then we are going to go to the farmer's market. This is not an efficient way to find this. Let me just go here. Big farmer's kiosk. Tag that. Not even... That's not where that's at. What? That's the animal dealer. Get back in here. Tag that place. Hey, I would have never found it. No, I would have found it eventually, but... Alright. Last little bit there. Here we go. 36,000 liters of trout. I'm kind of curious what the bonus is on the farmer's market. Let's actually look into this here. So, the time is paused, so things aren't going to change. So, if we go here, $23.93 per 1,000 liters is what they're offering us right now. But I know they're going to pay more than that. So, let's get up there, see what they're going to pay as extra. And I should really look at what's the best route here. Obviously, cutting across the fields is the best route. Come up this way. Cut down to the right here. Fence over here. Can I get this? Yeah, just the hedge. Okay. We will want to take a left, I think, of that road. You guys don't probably know what road I'm talking about. This one I'm looking at. That doesn't help you, but it's okay. Yeah, we got to. Okay, I know what route we're gonna take. We just don't go. We go here once a year. I drive down to the docks, you know, multiple times a year because, well, all the fish. But so I got that route pretty well nailed down. But yeah, we want to take a left down here and then a right, and then it'll kind of take us up into the town instead of going down around the bottom. So it'll just be a much more efficient route to go. Alrighty. Take a left up here, and this will get us where we need to go. You guys been watching the World Cup? I've been watching little bits and pieces of it here. Especially since it's being hosted in the US of A. But, yeah. Seems like Scotland's doing decent so far, at least. And I'm only saying that because we're on the Scottish map right now. Obviously, I have to, you know, contractually, I'm obliged to cheer for the USA. And oh my goodness, I watched the Colombia game. That was crazy. Colombia versus Uzbekistan. That was a crazy game. I'm surprised Uzbekistan played pretty well. I'm honestly surprised they scored, and then Colombia just got that third goal right at the end. It was pretty epic. But okay, anyhow, here we are. All right. So 103,379 is what they paid us. How many liters did we have? I should have written that down. I think it was 26,000. Yeah, it was 18 at 18, so 36,000. So 103,379 divided by 36. So they paid us 28.71, almost 28.72 per 1,000 liters. So minus the 23.93. So you get a $479 bonus per 1,000 liters if you sell them here. And that gave us a grand total of how much should we sell? Over 700,000 in fish. You have $700,000 to make. Oh, it's a good day. It's such a good day. Oh, I love that. My goodness, that's awesome. Okay, so we already get ready to wrap up this episode. I know we just sold fish and talked about complaining about sheds for the whole time. I think that was pretty much all that happened. Yeah, the series is going well. I don't know when the series is going to end, how far it's going to go. I would like to start getting into some more stuff with fishing. So we're going to see if we can get that way. Our goal here is to make money fishing. That's why we are on this map. So we're going to hope for the best with that. We are going to keep rocking and rolling. We made over 700,000 selling fish last episode, which is right before the point that we're at in the video right now here, or at least in the game. So the only thing I've done off camera is I bought $78,000 worth of fish food, which is on this trailer here. So obviously we're producing our own, but this should be good to get us by for a while. I used to buy it in like 10 pallet increments, but I figured, you know what? Screw it. So there we go. That should be good for a while. If we look at our productions, I don't use fish food for these guys anyways, but they got enough trout there to get, yeah, they're producing trout. It's all good stuff. These guys aren't producing anything because we're out of products that we need. And these guys are just full on hammering out salmon, young trout, all that good stuff. So, things to think about. I'm going to pull this guy forward. This is where I usually keep him, is right here, so I can load pellets of the young fishies. We should probably get a shed. You know, we probably should get a shed. I need to clear this stuff out of the way first. This guy is in just a really inconvenient location now. But look at what shed we're possibly going to get. I mean, we don't need anything crazy. I guess this is just a shed, isn't it? This is a pretty... I mean, it's just a little hay shed. We used this for bale and pallet storage, I think, at one point, didn't we? But yeah, it's $9,000. Shouldn't be too much for upkeep. Actually, it kind of fits almost perfectly there. I almost don't actually want something behind the bunker silo because sometimes I have to clean stuff up there. So, like, this could go... This could go, like, right, you know, here. You know? Something like that. Or we could leave this open for other stuff in the future, and we could put it over, you know, like here. Because we have more room over here. You know, I don't know. We can kind of decide what we want to do there, but we got some options. That shed's pretty cheap too. I mean, $10,000, that's a large shed. That would be a lot of storage for us. We also actually, here's an even better idea. Why don't we go this way with it? Because there's not a lot of room back there, but if we went like something like this, we went this direction, there's kind of only really 4 bays as part of the problem. I mean, you can park obviously more than one thing in there. This also holds pallets, but we don't need that. This is a Highlands Fishing one. That one actually wouldn't be bad for like these trailers over here. Something like that, you know? Would they both fit under there? Oh yeah, we could get those both to fit under there just fine. We can put 2 of them next to each other to have 2 kind of drive-through trailer shelters. We don't have to spend a ton of money on sheds, but we can definitely get some things out here. This one, I'm not against this one either. This one's a little bit smaller because we could do like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not against that one. But we also need to mow the grass today. I'm pretty sure the grass is ready to be mowed, but this one's $20,000, which seems a bit much for what we're getting compared to some of the other things available. I'm not against paying more for a shed, but it just better be worthwhile, if that makes sense. This one's not bad, to be honest. That one could almost serve as like a drive-through shed as well, or we could put stuff on each side of it and park it right here. That might actually be the shed we go with. $27,000 for that. Put it right there. That's not a bad one right there. I know it's not like an enclosed shed, but which you probably really need in Scotland, to be honest. But you know, it's fine. It's not real. Everything's fake. Not really. But yeah, you get the idea. This one's not bad either. I'm not against this one. But this one... No, I actually am kind of against this one. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work for what we want to do. I just don't think it's going to sit right. So, okay. Anyhow, just know we have lots of options, and I'll probably end up putting a shed in at some point this episode. These guys are definitely ready to harvest. Let's just confirm. Set field through. Harvest ready. All right. So, that is definitely ready to go. We need to get that mowed today. So, yeah. So, shed, mow, and put that into the silage bunker, because we have plenty of hay. I think I did hay recently. What is we got for hay in here? We only have 19 bales of hay in here, but we also have to remember we have some more hay out here. That's chilling, which this is a lot of hay right here as well. This is probably almost enough to get them through the year anyways. So yeah, we're good in terms of that. The cows, these guys are both 10% on production. So that's actually kind of a problem, actually, if these are both in the same spot. Because we can't have them both give birth in here at the same time. So we're going to have to move. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we're going to have to move. Because even if we move these 23 out, these ones wouldn't have enough space. So we're going to have to move 23 of the ones that are going to give birth out of here into the other sheds before that time comes. We can leave them in there for now. And then once they give birth, then we can move them around, move them back. But yeah, obviously, once these guys get birth, that's their second run of calves. So then we're going to sell those guys off, which would be great. That'll be another, $70,000, $80,000 for those guys, which that won't happen probably this episode. But yeah, I don't know what the big thing we're going to do this episode is, but I'm going to imagine that it'll be the thumbnail. The one thing we could consider is actually placing down, once we get harvest done and we can have fish food distributing, we could potentially put out here fish farm. Actually, I need to go to fish farming, huh? I think we're getting close to what I mean, we can afford it, and we can also technically afford the ship as well. So we might be able to get this started this episode. Now, where access point is going to be, obviously from our farm right down the road here for putting, more stuff in there. And you can, we could actually, I didn't think about this. We actually could kind of cheat a little bit. Yeah, it can't be placed there, but we can put it there. And then we can get the fish that way. It's not true fish farming experience, but we wouldn't need a boat. I don't know. It feels kind of dirty to do it that way, So we probably should do it very traditionally out and about. And with that, we probably actually want to do it. If we're going to do it very traditionally, we probably want it actually over here, because the boat's going to sell off the fish. The fish market's right here. So this is where the fish are going to get sold. And this is probably where we'll dock our ship, is at one of these little spots right there. So probably want it fairly close so you don't have to really drive that far. But yeah, I'm thinking something like out here, and we can we'll do the full layout because we want to just have, best. That does say plus 75,000, so I'm assuming that once this is placed, it's going to be $200,000 to place. But that might be what we got going on this episode, but we'll see. What I would like to do first, which let's check here, how are our crops looking? Looking great. Oats are ready to harvest. We can get those harvested. I'd like to get all of our crops harvested first, and then kind of make a decision from there where we want to go. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get some harvesting, some stuff like that done off camera, and I'll bring you guys back in here at some point in the future. All right, I've made some changes. By changes, I mean we have some new sheds. I did get the oat harvest done. We got 47,454 liters of oats, which is absolutely epic. And then we got a bunch of straw bales off there as well. So that's all set. I've been building. So I put in this shed here, which, full disclosure, that shed was $135,000 for this old thing. When you have other sheds that are, very similar in size and a lot cheaper, like this is $48,000 for a way bigger shed. It gave us $100,000 off that price. I did pay full price though for these two guys over here, which are $12,000 a piece. So yeah, this is kind of the setup we got going on. So I'm just kind of starting to get stuff settled in. I had to put the combine header out there because only the corn header will fit in this shed. That's pretty much all that can go in there effectively, is all the mowing equipment, which is okay, and the harvester. I mean, we have other room in there. The other thing that's cool about it too is it has a repair trigger at the front, so I'm pretty happy with that. And these are kind of just, my drive-through type style shed things here, which I'm going to put this backside of this one. If I pull this through, yeah, that's perfect. Right about there. Love that. So yeah, now I've just been kind of trying to organize things. Which, how are the cows doing on straw? Actually, they're doing pretty good. We could probably get them some more straw real quick. Put the rest of this in there. Some stuff doesn't need parking spots. Like this is just going to stay outside the whole time anyways. So I'm not going to worry about that. So I just keep it here most of the time. This weight we don't use too often. Let me grab the front loader stuff as well. Trying to put stuff we don't use too often, like in the back of sheds and things like that. Alright, let's grab this. We honestly need another shed. I just don't know that I care that much. We could get a smaller shed, I don't know. Just to park some other small stuff that we don't use very often. This thing, like right here, can go just... I mean, we gotta get the bale first. Now, we don't use this too often, so it can go right here. I still need to be able to access it. Let me move bales and things like that. If I put that there, go grab the pallet fork to put in there as well. Just kind of get some stuff sorted out here. We have a lot of equipment, actually. I mean, to be honest, having 4 tractors is quite a bit. I haven't checked sales, though, in a while. Ooh, look at that guy. There's some good stuff in here. We don't need anything fancy, though. That's how wide? 9.7. Ooh, how wide is the one we have now? 8 meters? How much is that one worth? It's only worth 5 grand. I don't think it's worth 30 grand to upgrade that. We still need to hold on to our money. We are very early on the year. We cannot go on just a massive shopping spree. And I've been picking up the grass, too, slowly off the field. Let me get that done as well. Alright, let's just set this right here. Here we go. Weight really doesn't need to be in a shed. I also sold our fuel. Oh, yeah, I did sell our fuel trigger. It was going to be in the way. Let's get another one of those. Free water tank. It's kind of neat. That little guy right there. Do we have a water fill up? I don't think we have one, do we? We should put one over here just so we have that for the cows. Kind of, honestly, this is a lot of kind of wasted space. We may put something over here, but this guy right here could go, I mean, pretty much anywhere. But it should probably go near the cows. Maybe like right here. You know? Be a bad spot for it. Pick up water there. Yeah. Okay. Fuel points. We had the old one. Let's get a nice crisp one. This one doesn't look crisp though, to be honest. That one's still terrible. It's an old tank there. We also could get something like this guy. You know? I kind of like these older looking tanks as well, though. Alright, customize. The old kind of, I mean, it kind of looks kind of like a deep red. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So if we put that, like, right here at the front of this setup, that's a perfect spot for fuel. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Okay. And 750, can't argue with that. This weight can just go... I'm just going to put it right here. Do not use it very often. The rest of the stuff, the problem is I don't have anywhere to put it. Could park some stuff along here. I mean, that's kind of some wasted space. What kind of sheds do we have? Take a look back in here at the sheds we got going on. For like really, that one's not small. For like really small ones, we just don't have a lot of cheap options. Because I would put like a small cheap shed in. I guess we could put another one of these in, but 20 grand for that's too much for what it is. That's huge. Yeah, I don't know. This one's not bad. Like it's got a lot of space. I guess we had to have it partially covering the manure actually too. So we could do like right there. I don't know if I like how that's gonna look, but yeah, it just doesn't give a lot of access to it. If we're gonna put another shed in, I think it'd have to be like out here somewhere. And I might use this area for something else in the future, but if we do that, we can just sell the shed off. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just have some outside parking for all this stuff. We just have a lot of stuff. All of these trailers, they all can go in this setup over here. So there's just a lot of stuff to kind of organize and change around, but Yeah, I don't know. All right, and this guy can go. I'm just gonna park it next to the free water thing. Why not? It makes the most sense. We can still shove enough room to get through here. There we go. We're not gonna charge for water. I like that. That filled up, so it's ready. All right. Yeah, for now, I guess we use this kind of area over here for equipment. Tractors obviously can go in sheds. That's not a problem. Actually, kind of like these being stored, folded. These guys, we could do like one here. JCB is actually really good at like moving stuff around because it has so much steering capability. Can't. Okay, we'll flip around here. I just wanted to move it with the front 3-point. Was in a cultivate game. I guess I can't do that. Just line those up there. Cedar moved here. We got a lot of stuff. This thing looks empty too. We got a lot of stuff on the farm, that's for sure. Just get kind of backed into this corner. Yeah, like right about there is probably pretty good. I'm happy with that. That wasn't my idea when I put it over there, but I like that a lot actually. Then we don't have to have all this stuff just kind of dropped out and about in the yard here. Hold it up, yeah, let's hold it up. It's just kind of chaos, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna put this on. Quite. Yep. Okay. Grab the plow. Let's get everything good where you're at. You're good where you're at. Yeah, put the four-wheeler behind the harvester in the shed. Use it very often. Go. Fertilizer and lime spreaders. I don't. You guys. There's, I guess, a little room over there, but not a lot. Do with you. That row is too kind of narrow. I don't really want to put anything in the way there. I guess this can go over here at least. Lime spreader is going to be the big thing. Okay. I don't even think I can lift it with this guy anyways, so now if we were to park equipment, you there? You can loop around, we'll put you in the shed. Trying to leave that gap there so someone can get in and get the mowers if they need to. Or actually, I'll probably put the Deutz far there because that's what we use the mowers on. This guy should be able to lift this. We'll see. He's got a front way at least. This tractor is really powerful for how cheap it is. However, the brakes on this thing are a disaster. It's the only downside. Oh, it's pretty good. Pretty solid. Could we just sneak this in there? I forgot this thing doesn't stop. Gosh darn it. Just wrecking everything. Let's just get out of this. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go there very effectively. Just don't use it very often. Set it up here. I don't know. I don't know. We could put it in the back of the repair side over here. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I actually think that's a smart idea. Put it in the back here. Should still be able to repair things just fine. We'll set that right. This guy, park right here. All right, back to the Deutz which we can load this in here real quick. Trying to get it spread out as evenly as possible. So put it in here. Go. This guy will I don't even know where to put some of this equipment. We can put these trailers and things away, though, is what we can't do. These guys we actually don't really use as much. Considering the new trailer we have. Let's hold on to them for now. They're not very expensive. Trailers in here. Just enough room. Okay. I love that. Let's go get the bale trailer and put it in there. I did not know I'd spend most of this episode organizing things, but we got new sheds. I'm excited. The farm's coming together. I'm super curious what our upkeep cost is going to be at midnight, but I guarantee that we did not just add $5,000 in upkeep. That's also why I didn't feel bad taking that 100 grand off of that shed. We've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in upkeep that we shouldn't have had to pay, really. Realistically, you would not be paying that much to upkeep both of those sheds, so I don't know which one was the culprit. I'm assuming the repair trigger one, but still. Okay. Get you right about there. Grab the other trailer. The other trailer might be a little tight in there with that one. I could look at some other cheap sheds too to add, but I mean, not everything has to be in a shed, you know? I like to put things in shed. I like to keep things organized in the farm. That's why I really wanted to do this, because the farm was starting to just look like a daggum scrapyard out there, but now it actually seems like it's got some organization and some purpose, which is nice. I like that. The belts don't need to go in a garage. They're just going to sit out there next to the bunker silo. Be just fine. Yeah. Look at that. That looks really well done. Love it. Love to see that. Okay. That's everything that really, like, has to go in a shed. And then this guy get parked in here. He's the one that is used for the mowers. I guess I can put a little bit. Yeah, right there. Oh, all right. This is much nicer. Look at all this space. I did think about what I was thinking about, just so you guys know, when I was kind of talking to myself a little bit. I was thinking about putting, like, these huts here. So you kind of make a little bit more sense, but I don't know. Eventually, we're going to need something a little bit. We're going to need something for more cows. This one's a cow pasture, which we can add, you know, more cows to it. I want this land is what I want. I want to put a big cow pasture here. I mean, it cannot be placed here. I'm assuming it's because I don't own that land. Yeah. Must be or something. Some other issue. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it is. Oh, no, no, I own that land. Sorry. That was stupid. Yeah, I don't own that land. That makes sense. Okay. But yeah, I'd like to make this a big cow pasture here because this is, like, perfect for that. I can highlight that tree. Why am I able to do that? Oh, that tree was just highlighting because it was in the way. But yeah, all right. So I do have a lot of work to do. We got to get all this grass picked up. I got to get this fertilized. Any other contracts come up today, we got to get those done. But yeah, in the future, I think that this would be a great area for massive pasture. Well, this thing's not very big. I guess I need to zoom in a little bit. That one doesn't hold very many. 25 cows. Is there anything that's a little bit different? This is the Highlands Fishing Barn. Oh, this one does have a customizable pasture. 147. I kind of like that better than them sitting outside. I mean, I know obviously in real life, or like in the game, it doesn't matter, but in real life it would. So we could like maybe right here, you know, flatten that area out, put this down, still make a massive pasture, because that chunk of land is huge. Yeah, it's honestly huge. So we could actually, when we get that, we could make it go all the way up to here. Well, you know, over, because we'll have a road there to get out to the pasture, all the way around down here. And then it goes, you know, up around here. We could have it go all the way out to the fish area. Up around there, we can even have it go into the woods, have like a little wooded pasture area. I think that'd be sick. That'd be awesome to do that. That's going to be expensive, though, because how much is that land? It's part of the problem. It's only 244, which I say only 244. That's a lot for us, but it seems not bad right now. I think we need to focus on fish farming first, maybe, before, because we're still good on cows. We're not out of space for them. So maybe that's a next year purchase, but anyhow, we've got a little bit longer than I thought we'd go on some of the stuff I was going to do. So we're going to end the episode here. Let's drop that there. Oh, that's not good. Let's drop it forward a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right. All about that. So, I've been doing some contracts, things like that off camera. We need more fuel always for this thing, it feels like. Oh, I need to get some fuel for this. Forgot this is our new fuel tank. Let's buy some fuel. Yeah, why not? Screw it. $49.50, we'll do it. We got some money in the bank. And we do have, so here's where we're at. Still waiting to harvest these guys. Well, these guys here. We did our, was it oats? Yes, our oats. So we have our soy and our sunflower. However, our productions are running for the oat production because we have, well, after we harvested the oats, we have some soy and sunflower either left over or from contracts and things like that we did, because we did a couple contracts that were harvesting contracts. So those are all good, and the fish food is producing, distributing. We're rocking and rolling here, making fish. Here we're making fish. Everything is going good. However, one thing we're going to add to make us a little bit more money, it's going to take a little bit for this to pay off. You may notice our money kind of dipped by, well, it dipped by about exactly $56,000. So we are going to go down because of what I decided. I thought about this as I was doing contracts. We get a lot of stone picking contracts. We get about $25,000 to $35,000 of stone picking contracts offered to us every year. So we're going to accept this one. There we go. And obviously one of the rules I have in this game save is that we can't, I just rammed my mic with my hand there trying to adjust it, so hopefully that wasn't any weird audio there. But anyhow, one of the rules we have is we have to use our own equipment, or we have to just lease it from the store outright. We can't use the contract leasing function, which kind of limits some of our jobs that we can do, like some of the harvesting jobs that are not like grain crops and things like that. We just kind of can't do those, which is fine. I think it's a good rule. It makes it more challenging, which I'd like a good challenge. So I decided if the stone picker, if we got one of those, which I did probably buy one already, it's only $56,000 after about 3 years, maybe 4 if we have, you know, it's a bad year for stone picking contracts or whatever. We're going to pay that off, and we also can use it on our fields, because we're eventually going to need it on our fields as we have to plow sometimes and things like that. So I think it's just absolutely worth it to invest in, because we've had to do some stone picking before and things like that. So I'm pumped about it. I'm glad we got it. We should have done it before. I keep forgetting I'm on the left side of the road here. But yeah, I am currently getting ready to go to FarmCon. That's coming up soon. I leave in a week from when I'm recording this. I don't know when this is going to post, so I'm going to try to record this episode and then 2 more episodes. That way I can do a supercut as well before I leave. I'm just trying to pre-record a bunch of content for both, you know, Gamer Cop and the Whiskey Cops as well, and as well as obviously Farmer Cops. So trying to get all that pre-recording done to get some of that stuff going. But yeah. Sip my coffee there. So yeah, just trying to get some stuff done, trying to get some pre-recording so there's some content to post as I'm out and about traveling. I'll be traveling for 2 weeks with my family in the UK, so I'm excited about that. And then I'll be over in Germany for 1 week for FarmCon. So I'm a little bit. I have to get everything obviously pre-recorded before I leave the country. So even though it'll be 2 weeks until FarmCon, still when I leave, still got to get that done. But yeah, okay. Where is Field 35? That's way up in the corner, of course. Why wouldn't it be? So we'll drive out this way and head out there. Let's get this out towards there. Yeah, I hope you guys are still enjoying the series. I don't know how long the series will go. We're making some good progress. I'm thinking like 40 episodes is probably right about where, maybe a little bit longer, because these ones compared to like Frankenmuth, we don't get as much done every episode in these ones, but we do get some stuff done here and there. But yeah, obviously not as crazy or as much as we do in Frankenmuth. And in this one, honestly, the highlight is probably going to be the stone picker, which I know is not super exciting, but it's a $56,000 piece of equipment. I mean, any other farmer in real life would be excited to have it, or not excited, I guess. Then maybe they didn't want to buy it, but if they needed it, they maybe had to. So I think it's all good, you know? We're just doing what we got to do, you know? That's all we can do. All we can do is do what we can do, you know? I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're going for it. So, yeah. And our cows are doing good and everything like that. We'll get this guy working, and then I'll show you guys kind of how the cows and everything are doing. Try to stay in my lane a little bit better. But yeah, this guy going out and about, just picking stones up and doing their thing. That'll be good. And we'll get some contracts done, and I think that'll just help us out overall. Help us make a little bit more cash. So I'm good with that. More money is always good money usually. And it's up there's where the field's at. This is a tricky field to get to, actually. Can I get to it on the far end? I don't know if I can. Oh no, there might be a little... Yeah, I could probably drive up that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I was just worried these rocks would be all the way around it, but I think I can sneak up here. Ooh, not quite like that. Lost a little bit of the control there. Thankfully, this tractor has a ridiculous amount of horsepower for how small it is. Needs better brakes for sure. That's the one thing that this thing could really use. It'll pull the stone picker right up here, no problem. Yeah, this field is very secluded back here. Okay, and then hire a worker to get this going. Yep. Okay, perfect. Out on the farm, things are going well. I don't think we need to do anything to this field. Come on, it'll actually load. Yeah, that field is just good to go. Yeah, cows are doing good. We'll have 2 sets of reproduction happening eventually, which means that I'm going to have to move. We're going to run out of space for cows, really, is what we're going to do. The calf huts can handle, like, the babies or whatever for the time being once we get there, but that'll be a bridge we're going to have to cross when we get there. Then after these guys reproduce, that should be when we sell them off. And, yeah, so once they reproduce twice, we sell them off. So, yeah, especially since we started with 23 cows. We sold some as well. We're doing really good on our cows and things like that. So, yeah, after these guys reproduce again, because they did reproduce these guys. So once they get to the full reproduction bar, we're going to sell them off. These guys, once they get to the full reproduction bar, we're going to hold on to them, let them get to the reproduction bar again, and then we'll sell them off, and then we'll have, you know, a lot of cows. So we're doing good. We do need to get more space for our cows. Our cows are a big money maker, to be honest. They just take more time, but it's going to be multiplied. Goodness gracious. It's going to be multiplied over time. This is really the chunk of land I want to do more with the cows. So we have some time to figure that out. It's only 244,000. I think we can still do a big upgrade and maybe get going with doing some fishing out in the actual, you know, water out there. Because even if we're out here, if we get the production started and we're distributing the fish food out to here, or even delivering fish food occasionally, because we could do it right on the shore, which I know is a little cheaty because you should be using the boats and things like that. And honestly, I kind of want the fish to be over this way because then it'd be easier trip to take the fish to the fish market. So yeah, but if we get it start producing, that's kind of a start to it, right? And mostly kind of salmon is what I want to do out here. We can do trout in our trout lake, so I'm not worried about that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to keep going, getting some contracts done, stone picking specifically right now, but we'll get some other ones done and things like that. And I'll bring you guys back in probably next month when it's time to harvest something else. All right, I'm going to be honest. These stone picking contracts, we should have done this sooner. Guys, I kid you not. We've probably already done... I mean, we are... What do we got here? This is our 6,200 bucks. This is like the 4th or 5th one I've done. We're going to have this thing paid off today if I'm not careful. I mean, I think I just always, we saw them pop up, but I don't know. This is crazy. I've never had this many in a row. I don't know if they are kind of similar to like the Deadwood ones, where once you get one, it kind of makes sure that you have another one to do. But I mean, it's been insanity. They just cannot stop coming along. So there we go. All right, we'll hire him to do that. Yeah, I'm just trying to get us to the next day. I have not been able to do that yet. So, yeah. But I mean, it is also harvest season. So this is when all the fields are getting turned over. You can see we had a tornado this year, which is awesome. So yeah, thankfully it didn't hit our farm at all. But yeah, so soy and sunflowers, I think they're going to be ready tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Soy will be 2 months, but I believe sunflowers are tomorrow, aren't they? No, 2 months for both. Okay, never mind. So it might be a couple months before I see you guys back in so we can finish out our harvest and do that sort of stuff. But that's kind of my goal this episode. I'd like to get us through our harvest. And then this will also be ready in 2 months. So I just need to note that all of these are going to be ready at the same time, including the grass. Because that'll go to harvest state tomorrow, but you want to get to the second harvest state with grass. So that way you get more yield. So we're going to wait for that on that, obviously. But can you tell me the yield? Do I have to click on it? Told me for that one for a second, but anyhow. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get some more stones collected. I'll see you guys in bed. I just want to read back in and just let you know how crazy things were going. Welcome, everyone. Just a quick update. The wheel of progress is a-turning. It is October, which is harvest for us. However, this is a contract. So we got some good contracts out there. We're going to get that one done as well. That's also a great plowing contract. These are the 3 we got right now. All great contracts. We need to get you guys some straw. You guys are starting to get low on straw. Still plenty of food, which is great. So that's all good stuff there. Love to see that. Yeah, so we got good stuff going on for us. This one ran out of one of the materials. I don't know which one, but it doesn't matter that much. This one's cooking, so that's still good. I had to get some more trout distributed. They're doing good making some trout, and this one's running. Oh, they're almost out of fish food. Gosh, I just spent $52,000 on 20 more pallets of fish food, which is 40,000 liters. These things just cook through the fish food. It's craziness. Absolutely craziness. But I mean, it is a lot of fish food. So we'll have to get them some more fish food at some point. But yeah, things are going really well. Our fields should all be ready to harvest as well. Yep, they're all good to go. We do need to get that mowed, actually. So where are... So yes, I spent $50,000 on fish food. However, we still have 600 grand in the bank because there were so many stone picking contracts. I seriously spent like 6 hours doing them. It was craziness, guys. Honestly, it was absolutely insane. It didn't even make sense for the most part, but it was, I mean, yeah. So that was a great financial decision. We have easily more than paid off that guy already. I think we probably did $70,000 worth of stone picking contracts, and that was a $56,000 piece of equipment. So that was a very good investment. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. How much hay do we have? They got hay over there, obviously. I think it's going to be a silage cut for us. Don't hit things if you can avoid it. There's not a ton of hay in storage, but I think we have enough. I remember this is our last cut for the year. I think we have enough hay to make it through the next year. Worst case scenario, we can always buy some. Not that that's ideal, but yeah, we can do that if we need to. So let's hire you up to do that. I need to get you over and get that delivered as well. It's on my list. Lots of things are happening. Okay, so you're going to do that, which means we'll have... Oh, this should be uncovered as well. Is this not ready yet? Oh, it is fermented. Yeah, there we go. All right, well, we have some silage to sell as well. I forgot about our silage over here. I forgot I had some in there. But, yeah, so we can get that sold off as well. We got lots of stuff to do now. Let's get some straw over to the, whatchamacallit, the cows. Let's get them some straw, because they are going to be wanting it. Probably grab them. Oh, I don't have any more straw in here, do I? All right, well, that's one question answered there. Let's go ahead and just ditch that real quick. I gotta get back into the normal steering here. It's just too abrupt. Oh, actually, I might need the Never mind, I might need that steering to get into here to grab this, because of where I put that fertilizer spreader. Go. Let's disconnect that. Let's get ourselves the forks. Oh, it's in crab. I don't like this. That's all we'll steer. Let's do back to regular, because I'm done getting that stuff. Okay, we'll drag this over to our bale storage. I think that's the easiest way to go about it. But yeah, our farm has been really good. I am trying to get stuff done. I'm pre-recording as I'm getting ready to go on vacation. So I might do, some of these episodes might not be as exciting in terms of things happening. But we might do some more stuff on camera. We'll get a couple jobs done here. We'll see. And maybe we'll end out the episode, and then, you know, I'll keep going to the next episode with our harvest and things like that. So let's get, we got straw. That's, I don't know why this is only got 8 in there. Let's get those 2. Should be able to just slide these guys on in there. And don't get me wrong, the all-wheel steer on the JCB is epic. However, sometimes it's a bit much, depending on what you're doing. Maybe a little bit lower. I'm going to get both of these at the same time. Okay, there we go. Ooh, right through it. Hold on. Don't fall off of there. Losing my skills, clearly. There we go. That's what I wanted right there. Okay. And without accidentally putting them back into the storage, let's get over this way. Let's get a little bit more lined up. Okay. Easy does it. Excellent. Okay, perfect. We'll get these guys over to our cows, which our cows are absolutely killing it as well. They're doing really good. Really like this shed. I just think it looks really great for what we got going on. I did install some more sheds, just some other mods here and there. There wasn't any that like jumped out right away that I think we need to put in, but it'd be nice to get some more sheds in. Honestly, we could use a shed. Okay, I thought the game was going to freeze for a second. We could use a shed like right here, you know, and then have an entrance to the front, back some equipment in there. I don't know. We just have a lot of equipment and not a lot of shed space for it. Eventually, we're going to get rid of this, I think. And then we'll move all of our cows out to a big pasture out there. And then that will be a nice area for a nice shed right there. And then this will go too because, well, yeah, we won't need that there anymore either. So that's probably long-term. What's going to end up happening? Obviously, we got space out here for sheds and things like that. It's not like it's a requirement, obviously, to put stuff into sheds. But I just like to do it because I think it's good. There we go. And then how much do they need? They need quite a bit. This will probably get us... it'll get us a fair amount of the way. We'll probably need 2 more bales, though, at least. I'm assuming, yep, that percentage over there is just the 1 bale, so we'll see. And it might just be enough to get them by for a while, and then that'll probably end up what'll happen is we'll just get them enough to get by for a while, which these 2 bales should do the trick for that. So if that's the case, then we can move on and do something else. Maybe we'll go get some of that silage picked up there. Get this guy put in there as well. Yeah, that'll be enough because that's 14,000. The extra 9,000 is going to put us like up here. So that'll be pretty good. And I haven't put any straw in there in a long time. So I mean, once it's full, it's full pretty good. So don't mind my cheating here real quick. I'm just gonna biddly bop these guys over here real quick. Okay, nothing to see there. Nothing to see. Nothing to see at all. Obviously, it's a little lazy, and you wouldn't normally just leave hay out here exposed to the elements to feed your cows over the course of a year, but it just was what it was. You know, I was just a little lazy, so. All right, let's leave that guy here. And then the problem is going to be, well, I guess we could, can we pull our trailers with this guy? Now, what's the biggest capacity here? What do we have? Let's go vehicles. Okay. Which one's got? So this one has a capacity of 21,000. Yeah, the other one's going to be much larger, isn't it? Because they each have 16,500. Yeah, so we might be able to, we'll be able to pull them over there. I don't think this is going to have enough force to... Actually, let's just get rid of this front attachment real quick. We'll set it back in the barn. He just punctured all my pin over there. There we go. This thing actually backs up quite quick. We're just going to back on over this setup over here. There we go. Pull these guys out. Get them ready to rock with some silage. But yeah, so I'm just going to get a couple episodes done before I leave for Europe in a couple days. I'll probably do this episode, which is 28, 29, and 30. That way I can put a little supercut together as well as another piece of content to post while I'm gone. All right, and let's see if we can't negotiate. Nope, this way. Let's go forward here. See if we can't negotiate this into there without any crazy problems. And I assume something like that would happen. I really got to get the one that we use in Frankenmuth. Obviously a little cheaty, but it's... Yeah, it just makes your life so... Oh, come on. There we go. I don't know why that came undone like that, but that's okay. That should be right into there. Be a decent amount of silage in there. Not a crazy amount, obviously, but we'll get a lot more off of this harvest. But yeah, this takes a while, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But we're making progress, you know? Sometimes all you can do is make progress, and then I'll have to get all this grass picked up and things like that, but I honestly think for now that's kind of where I'm gonna leave it. Next episode, I think, is when we're gonna add... I think we gotta spend some of this money. It's burning the hole in my pocket. I think the next thing we do is I'll get a lot of this harvest stuff maybe done off camera, at least some of it. And then what I think we need to do is we need to get a big fish farm going. So that's where I think we're going to go next episode. But I'm getting my last couple episodes recorded before I head off to Europe for 3 weeks for both a family vacation and for FarmCon. So trying to get some stuff squared away and get all taken care of and whatnot. Sunflowers are harvested. We got about 27,000 liters, which puts about 27,000. No. Well, yeah, that is how many we have. But 27... Did we get 27? Hold on, let me do the math in my head. No, that's... We must have had some leftover still in the silo, because I put some in the productions to top them up. So they're both full of sunflowers, so we must have had some left. But anyhow, doesn't matter. Soybeans are getting harvested. I do have to go do some liming on that field. That field doesn't need lime, that's good. And we have grass out here still to pick up from last episode. Whoops, let me get to here. Yep, that's good. I got some more straw, too, for the cows. Hate that their straw doesn't show up on there, but they're full of straw. Okay. Empty the bunker silo out. We can actually look and see what we got for all of the silage in that bunker silo. 27,942, which is totally excellent. Totally excellent. Those are words. I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I just need to move this. Okay, you guys didn't see anything. All right. I have decided... Instead of doing it the bunker silo way, because the bunker silo is very finicky. Which, where did my... There was extra chaff out here that is now just disappeared. Anyhow. We're going to sell that. We're not going to do silage that way anymore. We're going to do it the fermenter way. Which, there's all sorts of cool fermenters out there. This goes into silage. Doesn't take chaff, though. I could convert the... Technically, I do have some chaff in this trailer over here, but I could just say that that's grass, because it really is. It's only chaff because we picked it up off the ground after it was in the bunker silo, though the bunker silo, it would still technically be grass until it got fermented. There are some really cheap ones out there. I know these are not the cheapest, but I'm okay paying for the convenience. That's not a bad one. Hopefully that's it for those. Are those really the only ones for these guys? I kind of like the look of this, but I swear they had like a different building. I I swear there was something else that went with those. Maybe there was a decorative building or something. Wouldn't be under anywhere else. That's a dryer. This is the fermenter. So I guess we don't need something crazy big. We could use this. 30,000 seems pretty cheap. 65 seems more reasonable. I haven't used this mod before, so maybe we'll use this one. Just because it's a little bit more... It's got a little bit bigger presence to it. Now the question is, where do we put it? Do we just tuck it in there? Yeah, maybe we do that and we leave some space out here for parking. I think that might be the best idea. Okay, if we do that, 65,000, we're committed now. Yeah, that's pretty good placement. I like the old brick style kind of building here. Okay, so, and it doesn't take chaff, so we'll fix that. Oh, does it require water? The hay requires water. Interesting. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Interesting that requires water. That doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe you have to, I guess maybe you have to soak it and there's no moisture in it. I guess I could buy some logic there, but how much did that go through? 192,000 liters a month. Good gravy. That thing's it's quite the fermenter. You're still doing good over here. Oh, actually, you're about to be full here in a minute, so I am gonna need. Let's do a little trading around here, around the farm. Let's put this plow away. I don't like to use this tractor a whole lot because its stopping force is just not there. If I put this, goodness, see, it still bounced off everything because it just. There we go. Put that right there. Perfect. You can put that window down maybe too. There we go. Put that window away. Every time you hire a worker, the window opens, which I think is kind of funny, actually. Okay. I'm going to have you do the trailer in. This guy's going to go get... We're going to go use this guy for the other trailer in. So we will need this soon for the soy, because he will be full soon. Right, get off the tracks, because these trains... I'm not confident in your ability to get off the tracks fast enough if a train was approaching. Okay. So, yeah. That should be fine, and we'll use this guy to pick up the chaff and things. So what we're gonna do, which you can do this really easily, obviously, if you're on PC. And this part is not cheating. I'm gonna say just flat out is not cheating. Yes, we have chaff here, and we're gonna convert it to grass using the easy dev tools. However, it is grass. It just only became chaff because I put it into a bunker silo. So 3,143 liters. So what we're going to do, grass, set to 3,143. Boom. Now we just have it in the form of grass. Not cheaty at all, I don't think. Personally, I think that would be kind of ridiculous to consider that cheating, because it really is technically just grass and it wouldn't change the outcome of anything. So there we go. And now we can use this to go pick up all of the grass out on the field, since there's quite a bit. That one's probably going to need 2 runs anyways. Okay. And it doesn't take long to fill up, so it's kind of nice we don't have to compound. Oh, I can sell some stuff too. Hold the phone, since we're not doing this the old school way anymore. The old school way is fun and all, and I am doing it on Frankenmuth, which is a nightmare in its own, right? So, are you kidding me? I just barely bopped it over. Please hook up. Please hook up. Come on. Get on there. I'm seriously gonna have to hop out of here. Turn on super strength. I could reset this. We're just gonna drive these to the shop to sell them. So I guess I could just reset it, but that's ridiculous. Okay. Let's get this hooked up here. I already got the belts down there to sell anyways, because I knew we were getting rid of the bunker cells, so they should be sitting at the shop. Shouldn't have been so blasé about bumping into that, because if I'd knocked that over, I had the same issue, but okay. And I feel like our harvester is about to be full. Potentially. which we need a lot of soy. We have that whole field too, so we're going to get a lot of soy. We are going to get a lot of soy, which is what we honestly need. We'll keep an eye out for the signal that the harvester's full, and then we'll head over there, get that unloaded real quick. Then we'll get all this stuff sold off. We'll pick up some grass. But yeah, and then next episode we will get the fish farming going, I promise. I know I've said that the last couple episodes, but yeah, things have come up, and I don't have a ton of time to record anyway, so I'm just figured we'd get some jobs done, do about 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes of whatever, and then do that again for another episode, just to get some stuff ready to go. That way I have something to post. I'd rather do that than have nothing to post. So, and we're still getting stuff done. Progress is being made, so I don't feel bad about it. I don't think I should either, but yeah, anyhow. Is this the fastest way to the store? Yeah, we're doing good. We just gotta go down this way and then take a left. Oh, full tank. Let's pull off the side so people won't get angry at us. Not that that would probably save any traffic right there the way I did that. Train coming. Hate that we have to drive in the crop, but it doesn't matter. We don't have crop destruction turned on. Easy does it. I just finished up, well, I finished up the most recent season of Clarkson Farm. What is it, 5 now they're on, I think? I finished that one up like a month and a half ago, and then now I've been watching through. I finished up season 1, watching it again, and I'm halfway through season 2. Been absolutely loving it. But I don't know, I just was thinking of harvesting, all the harvesting stuff that they do. But yeah. I just been kind of watching it while I've been getting work done and things like that, because obviously I'm not always recording, so usually I'll have like music or other YouTubers on, like Mr. Silly P or DJ or someone else like that, or I'll do something like that, or I'll be watching TV or something. So I try to have something entertaining me while I'm doing my off-camera work, so I'm not just sitting in silence working in my office. It's a little depressing to do it that way. So I like to have some background noise. But anyhow, okay, so we'll park this just here. That's fine for now. Back to our Operation Sell Silage Tools, we will call it. We'll drive this down to the store. We'll get these sold off, the belt sold off. We should get a decent chunk of change for that. Probably enough between the selling of the bunker silo and selling all this equipment to kind of break even on the deal. Which is why I didn't go for like the cheaper one. I could have gone with the cheaper, smaller one, but I wanted to do something different, which I guess both of those were ones I hadn't used before. Gosh, I just absolutely lost control of it there. But yeah, both of those were not ones I've used before, so I wanted to use one of the new things out there. I usually use Omatana's fermenting silo, which is absolutely epic. But I'm not saying don't use that, that's fantastic, but I just always use it, so sometimes I just try to change things up, and I don't think the style of it would necessarily fit on our farm. Oh, I'm trying to go this way. Are you actually... Oh, that's left-hand. I was like, is he passing me there? No, he was on the correct road. Correct lane. I was just being weird. Okay, let's sell these things off first. So... Well, yeah, we'll repaint that to add enough value that's worth it. Sell, yes. Sell, yes. I thought that one might have been worth more than that, but... Alright, so we're probably not going to break even, but we'll just be a little down. We don't have to deal with all the problems anymore. Just going to park there. Let's repair. Repaint. Sell. 17,000. That one was actually... That's a pretty good payout there for that one. That was more than I thought, and then we'll sell that. Okay. Yeah, that's up another 50 grand right there. Ooh, is there anything on sale? It's not a bad little tractor. We don't need another tractor. We're good. This is honestly some of the most tractors I've ever run in the series before. We have 4 tractors. Not that, I mean, I shouldn't say most I've ever run in the series. It's not uncommon for me to have 4 tractors at some point in a series, but we had 4 tractors for a while just because we did so much contract work. I mean, the really cheap Ford that just does their cultivating work is absolutely fantastic. So is the orange one that's just an absolute workhorse that goes out and does all our plowing contracts, despite its inability to use brakes or stop. It's nice to do it that way. Oh yeah, I need to actually be driving on the correct side of the roads here. But yeah, we'll head back up to the farm. We'll get some grass picked up off the field. Get it into our new fermenter, which is all good stuff. All good stuff. But yeah, we're maintaining a decent balance through the year, which is excellent. Honestly, the stone picking contracts were a big help. I'm just going to drive up here because we are just going to go up over this way, aren't we? Our farm is, yeah, we're going to kind of inline here. We're just going to go up this way and then take a slight left to get to our farm. Eventually I'll actually learn the map. Haven't learned it yet, but we will eventually learn it. Go. Let's dodge some trees. Yeah, contract work on this map is pretty easy. I mean, if you buy a chainsaw, you can just do deadwood contracts left, right, and center. Never have to worry about running out of those. But yeah. And I do want to buy maybe the cow field at some point, but for now, we're doing good. We're doing okay. I do want to upgrade our cow operations. That is one of the things in the expansion here. Which by the time this posts, there should be some information out on the year 2 expansion. I'm going to be vague just in case for whatever reason this posts first, which is pretty much a guarantee that this won't post before that. But I'm very excited about it and all the things that are added in it. I'm just going to stay vague. And the new map that's coming, which we knew there's going to be a new map, I will do a series probably on that new map. Most likely, kind of like I did for Kinlaig, though there's more to that. So I'm very excited about doing some of that. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that. Frankenmuth is going well. It's going to come to a close probably... I don't know. I'm not going to finish it. I was trying to finish it before I went on my vacation, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to finish out episode 40, which is the one I'm in the middle of recording now. I've already recorded... How long should I record? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... I've recorded 14 minutes of it, so about half of it. I'll finish that out before I leave for my vacation. But past that, and then I mean... It's going to go for a little bit longer. We got a couple more years to finish off in the game. We got some projects underway. But after we get to the 30 years in-game on that one, we're going to end that series. And I'm not sure what to do next. I'm honestly not sure. I have plenty of places I could go with various things. Some people want me to jump on another big American map. I kind of am leaning towards doing like a survival, which I know this every series I do in some sense is a start from scratch series. But I'm talking like my actual start from scratch, like on a map that has no fields. I haven't done that series, like a true No Man's Land series. And Porcupine Mountain Farms came out. That's a Michigan map as well, so we could move from Frankenmuth, Michigan to that one maybe. I've thought about that. I'm just not sure. I'll go look through all the start from scratch maps again before I make that decision and, you know, kind of decide what I want to do. But that's kind of where I'm leaning in terms of what I want to do for the series and things like that. If that all makes sense. Let's get a little bit more silage additive. Not that we're running low really yet, but... And there we go. Okay, only holds 10 liters. It's not like it's a big deal anyways. Okay. Yeah, it should take... there's quite a bit of grass out here, and the next one we'll have to do hay, I think, which will be next year in game. So I think by that point we'll start be running low on hay. I'm hoping to get enough cows at a certain point where silage is not even something we do anymore and we're just making it all for the cows. We are a ways away from that, and we will definitely pay off our new silage fermenter well before that happens. And then maybe we stop doing silage just because we're needing everything for the cows. But honestly, just feeding them hay is just kind of the way to go. We're just, especially the Highlands cows, it's just for them to reproduce and us to sell. I still need to do a test video to find out like what the best time is to sell them and stuff like that. So I am kind of excited to figure some of that out. I need to do that for basically every animal in game, just so I can, you know, those tests are important. I think it's good to know those sorts of things, especially if you're doing animals, and I think that something like that would be helpful. Kind of calculate the costs as they get older. I did all that kind of breakdown in Farming Simulator 22, so I'd like to do that again. And I think people benefited from those videos. I think they got quite a few views, which makes sense. I mean, if I was looking to do animals, that would be one video in addition to like, how do I raise these animals in Farming Simulator? I'd also want to know, okay, when do I sell these animals? Or how do I make money off these animals, you know? And some animals that's less important, like chickens, who cares, right? I mean, your goal with chickens is to have them lay eggs. You're not making your money off of the chickens reproducing themselves. You're making all your money off your eggs, because the eggs are worth so much money in this game. All right, let's go through here. There we go. It's another load done. And these guys, these were nice. I'm going to hold on to them for now, but if we get a big cow farm over there, I'm going to sell the igloos off. I just don't think we need them. We experimented with them. They're more of a hassle than anything else to have to, you know, put food into 5 different... Oh, wait, and you know, not in the silo, over here. But it's more of a hassle to have to put food in 5 different places and all sorts of things like that, you know? It just makes it a little bit more challenging. So, there is that. Okay. Combine's almost done over there. we do have one contract actually for soy harvesting that I've been kind of holding on to. We got to go out and get that field harvested. That'll be a good little source of income for us, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, and then we also need to get this field fertilized again. I'll probably put some manure down on it because we got almost 100,000 liters now, so should have enough manure to do a little bit of manuring. But yeah, we've been doing manure on the fields has been nice, you know, save money on the fertilizer that way. I think that's kind of the way to go. That's another big bonus to the cows. I mean, even if it's, you know, all right, it takes us 30,000 liters of manure to do this field, well, that probably saved us $1,000 on fertilizer. You know, it's probably take about 500 liters of fertilizer, which is $1,000, so it's worth it. It over time will make money, especially when that's not the main reason we have the cows. That it's kind of like just an added little bonus here and there. But yeah, it's all good stuff. All good stuff happening. We'll get this done here, and then we should be able to get the harvester over to the next field once we get this load. I'm sure we'll get full here, and then the harvester will be ready to move to the next field. We'll get them on that soy field. Because, yeah, soy was kind of the big thing we needed more of. And then we'll kind of evaluate where we're at in terms of everything. And then we'll maybe reassess the fields. But as of right now, I would plan to do kind of the same thing. Unless the needs drastically change or, you know, things differ. I mean, I know someone did leave a comment a while back. This is a while back. About getting, like, the upgradable factories instead of placing more fish food factories down. Yes, that's a good idea. I'm okay with putting more of them down. I think that kind of adds a little bit to the challenge. So I'm okay with that and not doing the upgrade function of that. And we have plenty of space, you know. I mean, not plenty. We have some space. Okay. Harvester, where you at? Well, you weren't quite done. Okay. You were 80% full. That was the message we got. I'm going to unhire you. I'm just going to loop around and get this real quick. Be no problem for me to get this one little soy bush or plant or whatever you call it, bean thing. All right, there we go. Get you unloaded, and then we'll get you off to the next field. This was our smaller field of soybeans, and we got what, 8,000 plus 65, so that's 14,519 liters off of this field. I'm hoping to get like 30. Well, we're not gonna get 30,000 probably, but if we got 24,000 off that field, I'd be happy because it's. I mean, it's not twice as big, but it's pretty close to that. So I would think that we would do pretty well off of it. But you never really know until you get there and you get it done. And the next episode, we're going to add some fish farming materials and things out there. We're going to put some old, whatchamacallit, dealios. The only problem will be selling the fish, which will be a while until we have to worry about that. We'll need a ship for that. But in the meantime, we can distribute everything out there, which is fine. Which means I probably need to buy enough fish food to keep our young fish breeding completely full. That way the fish produced, or the fish food produced, all gets distributed out there, because it'll probably all need to go out there. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's get you hired up to do that. But yeah, I think that's where we'll probably end it. We're a little bit less than we normally do. We normally do around 20 minutes or so. And then next episode, we're going to get some fish farming done, and that's all going to be good stuff. So yeah, maybe I was a little bouncy there. We're going to get a load of grass here because I'm slowly trying to get that done. And then the big plan today is to get some aqua farming underway, which is going to have a few different steps to it that we're going to have to kind of accomplish. But we can get there. We can get there. Let's pick up that little bit there that I missed. Bothers me leaving it behind, and I don't really want to do another loop just to go get it. Here we go. Okay. Perfect. Perfection. Perfectamundo. All right. Let's loop back this way. Then we'll hit this row here. Well, one of these rows. You guys don't know which one I'm referring to, and I can't really point at it. But we're going to hit this one. And then we should be full, close to the end. I don't think we'll get all the way to the end of this one before we're full, but we should get 2/3 of the way done with it. Then we'll go dump this out, and then we will talk about kind of the plan a little bit more for our offshore aquaculture and getting that done. That's kind of where we're at. And then I am pre-recording episodes before I head off to Europe. That's kind of where we're sitting. So this will be my last episode I'm pre-recording. I leave in a couple of days, so I'm just getting stuff done. I have basically tomorrow afternoon to get stuff done, and then Monday I don't really have time to get stuff done. I've got a meeting, and then I'm driving to stay in the city that I'm flying out of. I'm trying to be careful to talk about where I am. But yes, that's kind of where we're at with everything. Let's dump this. The last episode we put this in, which is great. Yep, got some grass in there, and we probably can actually activate that, huh? Get that activated so it starts cooking that out, which, I mean, we're on... Time's not moving right now, so I guess we could make time move a little bit. No big deal to have it move at 1 times, I don't think. I don't know why I paused it, but... Alright, let's have you chill there. So, what are we putting in? We're putting in this guy. The big Mambo Jumbo. Now, where are we going to put it in? We're going to put it in over here, not close to our farm. Well, even further out this way. The reason being, we're going to sell the fish every time right here at the market. So I want to have easy access for our ship to get out to it. That's kind of where we can't go past that. So ooh, I like that right there. She really like that. Or maybe there. I'm really happy with that. Now, we're going to go just full out. There's no sense in being small about it. So this should be, it says 125 right there. I'm going to see if it actually bills us for 200. So let's see. Yep, it sure did. Okay, there we go. Our first offshore aqua adventure, which is absolutely awesome. Oh, you don't have to provide them with fish food? Why did I think you had to provide them with fish food? Well, we're not going to provide them with fish food. These ones all require fish food. We're going to keep the fish food there. Yeah, no, we're good. I'm good if we don't make as much of them. And now I also have to check, are these divided or not? I need to look at my productions sheet. Production other, let's look at that. Offshore aquaculture, it is divided. Okay, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. So I think we just make salmon then, because if we do trout and salmon, it's going to be half the production of each. Let me look at the production sheet again. Let's look at the profitability here. Let me scroll down. You guys don't know what I'm looking at, but it's the same sheet I use for all my videos and everything like that. All right. Offshore aquaculture, the profit per month for salmon is far higher than the trout. Oh, the profit, even if you bought fish food, bumps it up quite a bit. So for 120 cycles, for the 120 cycle option, which, what do we have here? We have a 480. So we should be making, which this is crazy, we should be making about 32 grand a month profit. Profit. That's insane, everyone. All right, so this one, these guys are officially getting distributed right out there. So we don't have to deliver anything there. We do have to pick stuff up, however. That's where the big trick is going to come into play. And I don't have to worry about getting more fish food for here because it's not urgent anymore, though. How are we doing on fish food? We probably actually should get some more fish food. Yeah, we should go get some more fish food. Let's do that. Let's do, what side is this gonna, let's do right side. Nope, not the side I wanted. That was my bad. I was thinking backwards. There we go. Left side. Okay. We're gonna go pick up some fish food, because we're going to need some more fish food for here. Yes, our productions are making it, but they can't keep up with the demand anyways. But I love how much money we still have left, and we have our first offshore aquaculture setup going. Absolutely incredible. And then this is the route that we're taking. No, this is a bad route to the store. But it's not a bad route, I guess. It's just the store. There's no direct route to the store. It's really quite obnoxious, actually. We're going to have to take this next left and head up that way. But we'll go get some fish food and get it delivered. Just killed that person, gotta be careful. And then our harvester will be full here in a second as well, so we'll have to get them unloaded. Beautiful drive along the countryside here, though. Love it. Gosh, I do love this map. I have really enjoyed this series, you know, I really have. I put a lot of hours into this. You guys probably don't even know the amount of hours I put into this to get to where we're at now. Statistics, time played, 405 hours I've had in this game. Now, not all of that is me actively playing it. Sometimes I set a couple of workers off and then I go do something else. But, I mean, that's a lot of time, guys. That's a lot of time. 405 hours. I feel like we should have more to show for it. I'm still going to blame that building that was charging us $60,000 a year to exist. I think it's fair to blame that building to some extent. I don't even know which one. I always crash right here. I crashed last episode right here as well. I'm on my way to the store. But I don't remember what I don't, it's not that I don't remember. We don't know which building specifically because I sold 2 right off the bat. It was one of those sheds. I think it was the, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to guess. One of the sheds was a problem. That's for sure. Okay. Now, can I load these, move these out of the way? Oh, I can load big bags. Excellent. I'm going to move these just out of the way. I do like this truck a lot. It's just not super stable when you have large loads on it. It works great for smaller loads like this, but as soon as you put some stuff on there, it definitely starts to fold under the pressure. Okay, so this can hold quite a few pallets. Let's go here. Fish food. We can buy 8 at a time. Let's start with 16 pallets and let's see where that gets us. $41,000 worth of fish food. The fish food is a little pricey, I feel like. Oh, wow. We could buy... Why don't we do another 8 pallets? I don't want it to come back. All right, we can do 6 more. Okay, there we go. 60,000 liters of efficiency. Here's where we start to get a little bit top heavy, which makes sense. That's a large load, but this guy, like, for a truck, like, really top heavy. All right. Ooh, I got like almost. What do we blow a tire out? Kind of what it looks like. There we go. Tire's reinflated itself. I think one of our tires just technically actually got stuck a little below the map, but that's okay. We're making it happen. But yeah, to be able to produce some adult salmon, we have not been able to produce any adult salmon yet, which is awesome that we're doing it now. We want to head down here, don't we? Where am I going? Where am I actually going here? Did I want to make that? I did want to go that way. Well, we're kind of on this path now, so we'll just keep going straight. Just get out of the way of the railroad before that happens. And no, I'm not going to drive around the roundabout, especially with this truck. We're just going to go straight through like that. I think the local police will understand. Maybe not. Try not to get a little top heavy there. All right. Oh, full tank. Let's get over to... Yes, you. Let's get you up there. Get the soybeans unloaded so they can keep harvesting. We're making good progress out here. I'm hoping for a lot of soybeans. This 14,519 is just off of this field. So I'm hoping with this field being almost twice as big, get maybe a 24,000 off of it. That would be honestly ideal. And then we can deliver the soy down to the fish food factories to get them all up and running. One of them is running right now, but one of them had to stop because they're out of soy. Okay. And this should fill this trailer up. Theoretically speaking. Spread out that grain so it gets all nice and loaded good in there. Obviously that doesn't matter for Farming Simulator, but real life you'd worry about that, I guess. Not I guess, you would worry about that. You want to make sure you loaded your trailer properly. It's kind of satisfying to see it all nice and evened out, though. And there we are. Okay. How much is left in the harvester? Another 1,500 liters. Okay, that checks out. Let's get this over to... We'll drive it over to the young fish breeding off in the distance there. We will put soy in the fish food factories, which this tractor is leaning a little left there, but now it's leaning... Or it was leaning right before, now it was leaning left. I'm having really hard issues with my left and rights today for whatever reason. To be fair, I'm recording this at 9:40 at night. I'm a little tired, so... okay, let's get this cooking along here. I do like that silo. The fermenting silo, and it makes things just so much easier. It's a big win for us. It's not hitting any poles or anything like that. And then I think at some point we need to turn this into we need to buy this land first and then turn it into a big cattle pen. That's what I want out of this. That's for sure what I want. All right, we're gonna cut through this person's backyard. First place we'll go is this one here, because we can pull through this fence, since I removed the collisions. Alright. Is this the empty one? We'll see in a second. Takes 5,000 liters exactly. That's the empty one. And this is looking suspiciously like the empty one. Oh, no, more than that. Maybe is it 10,000 liters? Maybe these hold way more than I thought. Soy, they'll hold 20,000 liters of soy? The other one's the one that's completely out. Let's put some in there. 20,000 liters? Oh, let's go just a little bit further forward. There we go. Okay. 20,000 liters of soy. That's insanity. Okay. Let's back up here. And that way I can activate this one as well, because this one's out of soy. So I'll turn that on. You're about to have some soy. There you go. You got soy now. And you get some more fuel for this bad boy too. This tractor also does it's a bit of a fuel guzzler, and it doesn't hold very much fuel anyways. How much fuel does it hold? 90 liters, yeah. So it doesn't hold a lot of fuel in it. It just absolutely just gobbles that fuel up, that's for sure. Alright, let's get this up here. We'll get some more fuel in this bad boy, get it staged out back get it staged out back by where the harvester is, and then we'll continue our quest to deliver our fish food. And then maybe grab another load of grass off the field. We got a lot of stuff to do. There's always stuff to do on this farm. That's for sure. There's always something to do. Oop, this fuel's right there. That's right, that's right. Easy does it. Not too carried away. And there we are. Full on fuel. Perfect. You know, we don't really need to produce salmon off, or trout offshore, the adult trout. So we'll just produce them here in our little trout lakes, whatnot. Alright, let's get you just staged over here. That should be fine. Get back over to you. Get you delivering some fish food again. 60,000 liters should keep them busy for a while. Full load. 30 whole pallets. Been a little bit since I picked up a load of fish food. Picked some up a couple episodes ago, but... Alright, easy does it. There we go. Now we just gotta just cook along here, just nice, mostly straight away. Alright, we're doing good. Faster than you probably want. Inside the cab, this would be crazy. You can imagine driving a truck and it just rocking like that. You'd be going way slower. You'd be like, there ain't no way I'm going that fast. I almost have to be out of cab to drive it so I can kind of get a feel for how much tip we got going on, so I know how hard I can push. Yep, like that. Now how hard I can push the steering. And then for this corner, we probably just need to flat out slow down. But even at 30 miles an hour, goodness gracious, there we go. Saved it. We've gotten really good at saving this truck, that's for sure. I love all the detail on this map. Gosh, it's just a beautiful map. Turn signal? My turn signal work? There it goes. After I've already turned. That's not the ideal time for it, but hey, what can you do? Alright, let's get pulled up right next to the trigger. I should be able to just dump these off in here. You guys been watching the World Cup? Crazy stuff going on. Love it. Okay, right side. Let's do Shift I. And there we go. That'll be full for a while. And I can load these back up, and we can just chill here and wait for the next little bit. Okay. Things are going good. Cows are doing good, I'm sure. Okay. No contracts out there. I don't think there are. Just the harvesting one that we need to get done. Dead wood one out there. Don't do any of the wood transporting ones. Those are just a nightmare. I almost said the fishies are doing good, but I mean they are. But our cows are doing good. Is what I was trying to say. But yeah, these will produce our trout, and then yeah, we should get how much. I'm curious. Let's calculate how many pallets of salmon are we gonna have to deal with. 480 times 26. 12,480. Oh my gosh. Oh, why? Why is it so many? Are these pallets of 2,000? Hold on a second. How many fish are in an adult trout pallet? It'll be the same as for the salmon. Oh, 2,000. Thank God. All right, so it'll be just over 6 pallets a month it's going to produce. So it's produce 6.25 pallets of fish a month, which is insanity, by the way. But it's better than 12 pallets. So 6 pallets a month we got to go out there and crab and bring back to shore. We got to use the stupid boat, which is a nightmare to operate as well. You definitely work for the fish, that's for sure. You definitely do the work. There's definitely work to be done. I guess we could set them to automatically selling, but we're going to be losing a lot of money on that. Maybe not a lot, but we'll lose some. We'll see how quick I get fed up with using the boat before I do that. But the boat's another expense too. That's going to be a decent chunk of change. Oh man, we spent a lot of money the last couple episodes too. We need to get. I still want to do my cows this year. We'll see if we have time for that. It'll kind of depend on how we do on contracts, honestly. But you know, how much is that chunk of land? It's not too much, is it? Okay, no, it's not too much at all. Yeah, and then well, the boat's pretty expensive, isn't it? And that's kind of a priority. We've got to be able to sell the fish. So, and the cows are not like an imminent problem that needs to be solved. So, probably have to hold off on them. Oh, air worker's got a full tank. Let's get over to. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect positioning. That worked out. So we've already pulled about 6,500 liters plus this 8,000 off of there. So that's 14,500 so far with just this ring. So yeah, we should get at least another 10,000 off of this. That'll be great. And then we do need to lime this one. That one needs to be limed too. All right. Let's get another load here. Maybe we'll get another load after that. And then we'll probably call it an episode there. And I'll have a lot of good stuff hopefully happen at FarmCon. A lot of stuff to share with you guys. Hopefully that's what I'm hoping for at least, and things like that. So all good things. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of stuff pre-recorded. I'm honestly surprised because I'm trying to record 3 weeks of content before I leave, and I've been trying to do that for about 2.5 weeks, and that's for both channels. 3 weeks of content for 2 channels, which is an insane amount of content, by the way. But I've been getting it done, slow but sure. Slow but sure, that's for sure. Yeah. It's been a lot. It's been a long couple weeks, and then I had my computer wasn't working for about 6 hours where I was troubleshooting it, so lost a lot of good recording time there, unfortunately. Which just was what it was, you know. Can't really control things like that sometimes. And this morning I thought my truck was leaking fuel, and I was like, that is not good. Now thankfully I have another vehicle I can drive, so it wouldn't have been a disaster, but I was working on making sure that wasn't happening, which I don't think it is. I'm gonna take a look in the morning and see if if there's any leak. And I think there's a little bit of diesel from, I don't know, from somewhere that leaked onto the ground, and I think it's fine. I don't think it's leaking. All that to say that, but yeah. So anyhow, that's kind of what I got for this episode. We got some fish farming going, which is awesome. We're doing our offshore aqua. We've been doing fish farming for a while, but now we're doing our offshore aquaculture. I'm so excited that we don't need to provide it with fish food. That was going to be, I thought, a nightmare. Obviously, fish food's better, and it looks like we could probably increase our profits by about 50% if we added fish food out there, but for now, we're just not producing enough fish food. Until we get enough fish food to keep the young fish breeding operation down there afloat throughout the year, we're not going to worry about it, so yeah. Anyhow, that's what I got for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.